Oh boy. Hello everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story. Place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we definitely don't talk about any moons that don't exist.
Don't worry, Joe. We're almost at like the end of the cycle where this bit is funny. So
We're almost there. It's all right. It's
We're
all
on a
right. It's all
different
good.
plane of
cycle, though, so it comes
existence.
back.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It'll come back.
It's
right.
all
It's
fine.
It's like the phases of a moon.
yes, exactly.
Like the
13 of them.
The hidden moon. I know it's inner moon theory now, guys. Inner moon.
Oh,
Moon
right.
theory, right.
Liquid core.
Okay. Now that I've seen.
All right, it's been a
Joe's
good
soul
run.
die. Hi, everybody.
Apparently, tonight's the night, guys.
If you have no idea what this is, hi, we are a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, having 4 parties for now, living, existing, breathing in the same homebrew world, unless they have dived headlong into the feywild, which was where we are tonight. But yeah, for the rest of them, in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world that is currently called Imea. So if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. We like to talk about moons, especially on Fridays.
You've been.
Very, very excited to start tonight. Very excited to be taking in some character sheets tonight. This is the night. This is the
This
night.
is the night. Let's go.
Just kidding. I love you guys very
Here
much.
you go.
About the moons too
You can
much.
love us and take our character sheets. It's okay.
Yes, I will and can and might do
Well,
both.
you really can't.
It's-
Don't ditch it.
I mean, I can. Can print them out and take them. All right. Anyways, welcome. So we have a couple announcements before we jump into tonight. All same old. So for everybody who would like to join in the wonders of the Saturday campaign that is Humblewood this Saturday, too bad you waited, and it's all booked up for tomorrow. And possibly next week. Actually, I haven't even checked it yet. But feel free to check it out. We're kind of on the back half of it. As very excited to kind of bring it. And we want to make sure that we kind of keep it filled for our like, you know, last. I'd say we got at least another 4 sessions. We're gonna keep going until the campaign ends. Which I'm realizing saying that is a challenge. So yeah, I'll say that we're gonna keep going until the campaign ends. But the campaign might be ending soon. But for those that have no idea what we're talking about, Humblewood, it is a D&D 5e setting that is designed for players who want to join into the forest creature life. You can pick land or sky. You can be a mouse, a raccoon, a rooster. You could be a rooster.
Chinchilla? Can I be a
You could be a
chinchilla?
you could be a
No.
chinchilla,
Oh, wait, you can.
right?
I don't know.
To be a flying squirrel.
Is chinchilla?
Like rodent-y
Why do I feel
guys.
like chinchillas are like? Is that an Australian specific?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Thing?
It just sounded. I
They're
just
just
wanted-
really
You
soft.
You mentioned it.
You just liked the
You
word and you
mentioned
thought
it.
it would be funny.
You
I
can't
get it.
back out. You can't back out.
It
Not
is
in
a
this
rodent
game.
native
Speaking
to
of
the
it-
Andes Mountains of South America.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I love
Nailed
Can
it.
I be a duckbill platypus?
You can absolutely be a duck-billed platypus. Actually,
Fantastic.
actually, I said that because I was really wanting to see that and excited about that. I don't know what that would fall under.
It is a mammal, so
Terry the
Right.
hawk?
I don't know.
Yeah, the
I
weirdest.
feel like Maypop would be the closest.
Yeah, Maypok with the bill. Anyways, it's super cool. You should check it out. We will be running our, as I said, we have about 4 or 5 sessions left, I believe, before we are finishing out our campaign on this. We will take a little bit of a break from that. There's a possibility that we might be adding in a new drop-in, drop-out campaign, or bringing back an old one. It depends. I will also be jumping into a 5th campaign. So we'll truly see on how that goes in that. But if you are interested in checking that out and kind of getting more info, not only on Humblewood Silk and Sunder, which is the campaign that we were talking about, but also at the 5th campaign that will be coming up. So you can go and find out all that information when it comes up at startplaying.games/GM/It's a Long Story.
As a reminder, that's the game with the 13 moons on the underside of.
I'm coming through the screen, Jess. Here I come. Yes. So the 5th campaign we are going to be looking for players for that very, very soon. It'll be coming out. Plan is mid-September. I've actually been doing pretty good at being able to kind of build some world stuff around that to make sure that's ready to go. Because even though it is taking place at the same time as all of the other campaigns that are listed here, it is not in the same exact area. It'll be in a new country, a new type of setting, which means that we have to do some changes to the world that is currently called Imea. So if you're interested in checking that out, also the big kind of push that we're going to be doing is we're going to be really pushing for using classes and subclasses from the new 2024 Player's Handbook that will be coming out. So if you were checking out some of that stuff and you said, hey, monks are super cool now, now's your chance. Or truly, like, I mean, I'm not going to go off on a tangent here, but I actually really like rogues in this. I know I hear you as far as the damage debuff, like I hear that, but there's also some really cool rogue stuff that I think is really neat.
We'll have to find out. You got to play it to know. You can't just look at it. You got to play
It's
a
true.
thing to know it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah, unless you're a ranger. Sorry, rangers.
Then,
I still feel
you
like
know the deal. You
Yeah,
knew the deal when
it's-
you signed up.
I mean, why?
Or
But
worse,
oh well.
an artificer.
Well,
An
yeah,
artificer.
you're,
They don't
I
exist.
don't know. They don't exist.
We don't do
yeah.
homebrew here.
Listen,
Here's
they
a-
said, all right, here's the tangent. They said the reason why they're not doing it is because they need to spend more time working on it. So there's still hope.
Gonna be
They
They said it didn't
walked
fit every
back what they
campaign.
said
They said
before.
it did not fit every campaign, but then they put guns in the player's handbook. So
Oh,
WTF
cool.
Wizards, they're not sponsoring us anytime soon.
They put guns in 2014 as well.
Do
They
you
were
have
in the
to pay
DMG.
for that content? if
Oh,
you
that's
play
fair.
it in
That's
your
fair.
game
That's fair.
skill?
That's fair. It was in the DMG, not.
Hey, Clinton, you okay,
Yes.
bud? You all right?
As a resident artificer, no.
You don't even use guns as an artificer.
He's gonna go up. To
Oh,
up to
you know
win.
what? I will say just because Jess said that, I'll just give a little hint here on this. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Cool. So going back to the announcements. So 5th campaign, there's not much information about it so far. I can tell you it's in a different place. I can tell you it's 2024 Player's Handbook. Very excited to be able to jump that in. It'll be on Thursday nights. That's probably a big, important thing to point out. So if you are interested in joining the family of these chuckleheads over here, come on in. The water's blood.
The water's blood.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The water's blood. The water's blood.
Oh, not
But-
again.
The water's
but
blood
magic is in
in
it.
the veins.
Yep. Water is blood and blood is magic. And magic is
And the
us.
blood in the veins.
And the blood in the veins, and then all right. Anyways, enough ritual talking. Before we, last thing for those that want to get closer to us, not only with possibly joining the campaign, but also to kind of check out some stuff. We have some stuff down there, right down there. Our Instagram and TikTok is available for those that are wanting to support the channel. You can do so by hitting the buttons, that do the likes and the follows on YouTube and Twitch. Helps us out a lot, but also checking it out on Instagram and TikTok, as we have some really cool clips and some terrain stuff. Maybe there'll be an update on it after tonight. Who knows? We'll see. So check it out. Super cool. And if you want to hit those buttons, it helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it. You don't have to. We'll still love you anyways. And that is it. Who's doing recap? I already forgot.
That'd be me.
Awesome. Cool. So before we start tonight, we do need to get a recap of where we left off with the Unearthed Arcanum. So Clinton, please take it away.
So last week things happened.
All right, let's
I'm
go.
kidding. Sorry.
Yeah.
Last week we were spending our final evening on the material plane. We were housed in Hadrian's mansion. It started off with, man, he put me on the spot. Give me a second. Oh, we were all saying our goodbyes going into the evening. Kara was saying farewell to everyone. And then we had our long rest. And then when we woke up in the 2 a.m. as we were getting ready to leave, Yori needed to house Fenrir. We were he was concerned. He did not want to take Fenrir into the Feywild with us. Also, as a refresher for everyone, we are heading to the Feywild with the primary mission of trying to find and save Maeve, Kara's daughter, and a secondary mission, Prim's lover, former relationship person, also in
Wife.
the Feywild. Wife. Yes.
Wife?
Wife. Also in the Feywild. As Yori was very much trying to convince Hadrian to take Fenrir while we left, Alistair jumped in and said, "Thanks for taking Fenrir," and walked away. Not really giving Hadrian a chance to say yes or no. Yori had a very touching goodbye with Fenrir, where there was some headbutting, some throwing going on, a little bit of teeth gnashing, and all of that, which also really kind of worried Hadrian a little bit. Then we all got into the cart and headed off to... Oh, we also found out Hadrian is more than likely allergic to Fenrir. Then we all got into a carriage and headed to go see the Dormouse. In the carriage along the way, we managed to spot a rogues gallery worth of people that we needed to at least give some sort of farewell wave or conversation with. First, we saw Harper. Kara messaged Harper to let her know that she would be leaving, but gave very little information other than that. We also saw Daphne along the way as well. Alistair tried to talk to Daphne a little bit, making sure that she still had the button that he gave her a ways back. She did, but however, was still very upset with Alistair blowing up their spot in the meeting prior to, and did not want to have any other conversations with him. However, Prim was able to talk to her shortly. And then we moved on a little bit further, and we ran into our old buddy Fingers, who Prim met for the first time. Everyone, if you haven't met or seen Fingers, he is a small little halfling man who looks to be on the verge or slightly past death, has 2 peg legs and 2 hook hands, and is also very, very observant, but somehow was covered in trash and pulling himself out of the bay. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll run into him again. As we continued on our way to go see the Dormouse, we finally arrived in front of a large metal door. At this point, we all stepped out of the carriage except for Hadrian and Kara, and there was a very touching goodbye there where they reenacted some of the old rituals that they once fell in love with each other, stealing things from each other. Kara getting the pocket watch from Hadrian, and then also leaving him some presents so they could communicate down the road if they would like to. We're going to go back a minute. Before we left, Io also had a conversation using his book to communicate with Dr. Kestrel back at the Mortimer Ludus in Eriscar, where we came from. The writing, however, was very disjointed and messy. However, it did change about halfway through back to the flowery, more precise writing that we were used to, that still wasn't 100% Dr. Kestrel's, but close enough to pass the smell test. However, there were some inconsistencies in that writing that Io, I think, has finally figured out that probably is not Dr. Kestrel, and they asked us.
Clinton, you cut out randomly.
Oh, I sure did. What was the last thing you heard?
Like truly 2 seconds.
We did
Okay,
stuff.
cool. Stuff, yeah. So he asked us to come, or he asked us, whoever's on the other side of that book, asked us to come to Eriscar. We clearly, hint, are not going to do that regardless. We don't have the time, nor do we want to do that. As we entered into the Dormouse's domain, we found basically what could only really be described as a sewer type setting: wet, moist, lots of stone, and there were lots of illusory walls and hidden spots in there. The Dormouse, whose name we did discover is Aerith, does not like to be called the Dormouse, but is named so for his what Alistair could only imagine is, through multiple experiments using magic and other means, has somewhat mutated into this small little creature with large eyes or large ears that he has. Also, not a super nice guy, much like Alistair. We had a conversation over how many people were going. We decided to count the people in our heads and our familiars, and came up with a much larger number that Aerith was not really happy about, but really wanted us to nail that down. We are Unearthed Arcanum, so we really didn't nail that down, and we just hoped for the best. And the percentages of this succeeding continually got lower and lower, and ultimately Aerith did inform us if it did fail, it was all going to be Prim's fault anyways, so we were good accepting that. Since Prim was the one that provided all the information to Aerith about who was coming. Alistair, seeing a being of magical power once again that he would want to connect with later on down the road when he had more time, left a button. Aerith was not really too fond of that, wrapped it up in a magical little towel and stored it off in an area with an odd comment of, "I will hold on to it as long as the room allows me to." At this point, we did enter the room that would be taking us to the Feywild, and very quickly realized that under no magic whatsoever was entering or leaving this room, including Io's patron, Kara's deity. We were unable to connect with, see, or communicate with. As we opened the other door to the room to head to the Feywild, we were greeted with a mixture of a portal / hallway / weird feelings and visuals as we did enter into the Feywild. Once in the Feywild, we were presented with the Feywild, a place of wonder and magic and strangeness. Abounding in every direction. We did meet a strange individual that only spoke Sylvan. Of course, Yori is the only person amongst us that speaks Sylvan. However, Gwen did cast tongues, so she could also communicate with and understand this creature whose name escapes me. If anybody wants to jump in and give me that name, that'd be great. If not, that's
Bulu.
also okay. Bulu, that's right. Because I wanted to
Bulu.
say Hulu, and I was pretty sure it wasn't.
We're not sponsored yet.
We're not
Not yet.
sponsored yet. But
Hey, Hulu, if you want to sponsor us, I will change the name. I will do
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, it was great. And Alistair being very annoyed that he could not communicate or partake in this situation, and hearing Gwen continually talk where he could understand but only one side of the conversation. Yori very upset and being very standoffish with this creature because Yori does not trust anything from the Feywild, rightfully so. Tried to speak Elvish, which turned out to also be a very bad idea, since apparently there is a past history between Bulu and the elves that involves arrows, and thank God Nalani left. That would have been... Whew. We did somehow convince Bulu to travel with us. Along the way, Alistair found Alistair and Neve, because Neve showed back up. Yay. And brought Alistair a little friend that then perched up on Alistair's shoulder, small little slimy creature that was green. We were told by Bulu that this was a creature of luck. And then Io decided to have Callisto try and communicate with it. Also did not go well. And my little green friend turned red, and a passing bird pooped on Yori. So red, bad luck; green, good luck.
I'm gonna
Callisto.
get that bird.
That's the rest of the campaign, finding the bird. That particular bird, but all birds will die until that one goes down. Yeah, and then Alistair decided to give it a little tummy rub, and it went back to green. As we continued through the forest, we noticed that parts of the ground, instead of rainwater or whatever water, was blood, and before us was a bloody trail in a bloody forest with just blood everywhere, giving Gwen some PTSD, I guess. And this is where we find ourselves, staring at a bloody trail and a bloody forest. Guys, what did I miss?
Excellent recap. What do we need to add, gang?
I think we hit it all.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Yay, me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yori scared Bulu away with a sandwich. We forgot that.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
because
Did we not? Yeah, because he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yori, that's right.
The gift of
Offered
hospitality was going
Bulu
both
a
ways.
sandwich, and obviously there's some mixed feelings about that in the Feywild, and Yori played off that and maybe horrified him or scared him away a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
They come back.
I do like when the story starts with, well, and I offered him a sandwich and I terrified him like that, and there's multiple people here that like to just leave that there, which is great. I like it. Cool.
I mean, that's what
looking
happened.
that is technically what happened. You're right. I'm looking for one more thing, gang. I'm so sorry. I gotta just duck out for 1 second.
You're looking
I'll
for
be
your loaded
right back.
dice. You're looking for his
Right.
loaded dice.
Gotta find the
There's-
loaded dice.
Okay,
There's-
while he's gone, let's
got-
discuss the 13 moons and all their names.
That's right. So I was thinking of this, and I think that the 13 moons are just on the underside where this new campaign is taking. They're
Mhm.
known as the Living Lights.
the
Tied
underside
into
of
the lore.
the underside of flat Imea.
Correct.
Yes. Mhm.
Guys, we
Yeah.
now
It
also
looks
have
like
an
it looks a lot like the MC Thor world from
Yeah,
yeah,
Distance. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
But guys,
As
we
well.
have the Feywilds. How many moons does the Feywilds have?
Oh,
None.
uncountable,
It's gonna have
and
one
also
less after
none
we get
at
through
the
with
same
it.
time.
A million.
know why I
and
hate
also
moons.
Exist,
none.
and they don't exist
Joe's
simultaneously.
just adding minis to the map right now.
We're gonna climb that world tree and we're gonna take a moon
to
down.
add my feelings towards you guys. I need to.
Rockfall, we all die.
There are not enough printers in the world for that.
There's not enough printers in the world for that. No, bonus
Love
points
this
for
guy.
actually remembering Living Light. I'll give that to you.
Well, I'm gonna give that to Clinton because he mentioned it earlier, and I was like, "Oh, that's
we
right.
got,
That's the whole thing."
Mhm.
And that would be very cool if there were 13. Never. Okay, sorry. Let's continue.
All right. Well, you guys seem pretty confident in pissing the DM off today, so I'm excited. Just kidding. Full jokes.
I like to use dangerously, Joe.
Apparently, no. Sweet. Well, let's dive in, gang. Let's do it. You guys are in the forest. So we jump in with our heroes, leading into this sort of. I will say strange looking forest, but as I've kind of stated before, there is that sort of level, I think, for those that are not familiar with this area that feel so far everything there's the occasional sort of odd looking creature, a flower that you don't recognize, Alistair, things like that. But so far everything seems to be just like a forest you don't recognize. There's not a lot of craziness that you've seen yet. That is, except for the yes.
So, as you're talking about this forest, one thing I haven't asked and you haven't brought up, are we hearing the sounds of wildlife?
You are.
Okay,
Great
so
question.
insects, birds, random animals.
Yes, you
Yep.
are. Yep. Yes. So as you are seeing all of this, we cut off from last session to Alistair coming very, very close to touching this weird sort of red viscous liquid that has collected alongside a path that you guys are currently heading down. As you guys look on ahead, you can see that path continues to, or the sort of I guess right now looking almost kind of like a creek or a runoff, I guess, of this red liquid that kind of seems to kind of move along the pathway up ahead. A couple of you look for Bulu for an explanation. Unfortunately, he is nowhere to be found, as he was given a sandwich. We jump
Still
in
the
from there.
sandwich, though.
You do still have the sandwich.
Okay, just putting that in my inventory. Right.
It's the most important thing about this situation right now.
Please put in one sandwich.
I would like to pull out one of my empty flask or beaker bottles, clear bottles, and try and scoop some of this liquid into said container.
Cool.
As I do, when I hold it up, does it behave any differently than I would expect a liquid to behave in the bottle?
Oh. Roll me.
Grant him
I'm gonna
guidance. I want to fly over and see he's doing something and put my hand on his shoulder to give him guidance.
You got it. I'm going to say I would like to give you an Arcana check on this, but I don't think it's Arcana. I think it's either nature or investigation. Really, I think it's nature, but
I'll roll nature.
investigation's
That's
higher,
fine.
I'll take it. Okay.
Oh, nature's fine. You said guidance. That's a D4, correct?
Yes.
It's a 14.
14. Okay. So far, you notice the liquid itself seems to be thickening as you put it into the bottle. It seems like it's like definitely seems like blood, but it is as you have stored it here. You seem to notice that it seems to be clotting as you're watching it.
Alistair needs to know if I unstopper it again and kind of turn it over so that I get just a little bit on my finger.
Mm-hmm.
First off, that's not going to hurt me, right? And then
I will say because you're kind of trying to collect the liquid in the bottle first, I'm going to say give me a sleight of hand check for the initial grab. I'll say it's a really low DC because I think this is something that you're probably pretty good at.
Yeah, it was a 13 for the first sleight of hand.
Solid on
Great.
that one.
Okay. Yeah, so if I can just get like a drop of it on my finger and I'm going to touch it to my tongue, does it have that iron metallic taste of blood?
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Absolutely.
You guys are always challenging me. I love it.
It's a 13.
Okay. You got it. Go ahead and roll me a d4, please.
You got it. That's 2.
Okay. Kara, explain to me where you are position-wise with Alistair. Are you like near his right shoulder? Are you behind him?
She's kind of hovering over his right shoulder, or over the shoulder, like down the road, right? So she's blocking the path that we don't know like we haven't been down, so we don't know if there's anything down there.
You got it.
So it's
Cool.
like the party over here, him, Kara.
Sweet, awesome. You're so I imagine like hovering over, like kind of casting guidance, but also kind of like probably looking close at what he's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet. Just for some fun here, Kara, go ahead and give me a dex saving throw as I'm asking where the rest of you guys are at.
I feel like Gwen wouldn't be too far behind Alistair, also looking at it, and then kind of saying to the rest of them, not Alistair, as he's busy. Oh, thank God. You guys all see that too, right? As he's doing this whole thing.
You got it.
24.
Nice. I figured, but it'd be funny if it was low. Cool. We'll say as long as you guys are not within like 5 feet of Alistair, we could say that you guys are just kind of around. What you guys notice is, Kara, as you're kind of like leaning over the shoulder, you see Alistair promptly turn towards your direction, and his head is moving to collide with your head. He's not running, he's just walking, in the direction that if you didn't pull out of the way just in time, he would have. There's a possibility that you thought he might have been like leaning in to kiss you. You're not sure what's going on. And Alistair keeps on walking.
I'm gonna. Is he walking down the road in the path of the blood?
He's actually not. So we'll say. So in the case of this. Well, he's actually he's walking now off into the forest, to the right of the path.
Okay, can I don't have good strength, but neither does he. He's a weak ass artificer.
Well,
can
I
I
mean,
grapple him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are all
Maybe-
here too. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
Yori will
Yeah.
Can we
immediately,
stab him?
like, very. You will fly directly in front of him.
Yeah, Gwen will try to grab his hand or
don't.
something too.
Wander off. And
Okay.
you really shouldn't touch. I mean, you know, you shouldn't touch things here that you don't know what they're doing. But maybe you know how to touch things safely. I don't know.
So just a small funny sort of moment. How much do you think Yori weighs right now?
Oh, like Yori weighs, I don't know, it's got to be like 70 or 80 pounds, maybe. With the spear, maybe he's up to 100, maybe.
Right. Yeah. I'm thinking about the armor and the spear. Like that. That
Yeah.
is probably a little bit more. So yeah. Cool. Alistair, give me a strength save. Don't worry, you guys. You like. There's enough people here that are definitely going to be able to hold him down. But I'll say Alistair. I'm sorry. Actually, Alistair, give me an athletics check. We'll say.
13.
13. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yori, you're I don't think Yori's really surprised at all, but I think like in terms of like what's going on, but Yori, you are recognizing that Alistair does not seem to be moving this direction of his own free will. You're able to kind of like stop him. And Alistair, I would say you have full you have full awareness of what your body is doing, but you're not able to control it right now. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I got you, Yori. I just really kind of got to go this way right now.
Alistair, you owe me a debt.
Oh no.
Stay here.
Give me another wisdom saving throw. I'll say with advantage this time. Sorry. Alistair.
It's a 19.
The 19, you stop. You're not entirely sure why you were going that direction. You didn't get very far. I'd say you only got maybe like 5, maybe 10 feet. You're still on the path.
Thank you, Yori.
Yeah, I get it.
You notice the blood that you dropped on your finger now feels like almost like a solid shell, almost like similar to wax as it cools.
Peel it off and flick it.
It turns into a creature and comes out. No, sorry.
You go anywhere. It's the Feywild.
So there's something in what's the guy. First off, that's definitely blood. And I something in there made me need to go that way. So I just kind of feel like we should all go that way. And
No.
You want to go the way that the blood told you to go. That.
You want to leave the path?
I don't even know what's in that blood, and the way that shit hardened on you. What kind of blood is it?
I made a joke, but I'm going to actually ask everybody to give me a perception check. Pretty high. This is a little...
10.
24.
Really low.
16.
15.
Natural 1.
-1.
Ooh, nice. You one gotta outdo me every time.
Every time. I'm sorry.
Gotta outdo me. Gotta outdo in that one.
I love that she got a -1 without a nat 1 though, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now one negative one, I think you guys are just focusing on Alistair. Alistair, you're focusing as you like flick it, you feel like everybody's like telling you like, what are you even talking about, dude? You look in the direction of the piece of like clotted blood that you flicked, and you see it seemed to. I'll say just it couldn't have gotten very far. The 24. So we'll say it's like kind of like still on the path, and it's about maybe like 6 inches from the like the gooped sort of area of the blood. You see it seemed to kind of like turn back into a little thimble of liquid and roll its way into the puddle.
Seeing that, Io.
You didn't see that.
You didn't see that, buddy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep,
Never
just
mind.
Alistair. Very high DC.
It did look like it felt good. Like, you know, when you peel something off after it's like kind of hard and like, does that,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
I hear
that
everything that you guys are saying, but I feel like this belongs to a creature somewhere, and as we seem to have lost our other guide, this might be worth. Listen, have you guys ever seen this Gwen?
I was gonna say with that negative one, I feel like she's been conversing with Houston, and he flies up and flies over to get a better look, following
Okay.
the path of blood.
Love it. Sweet. Give me a perception check for Houston.
Oh, he's so much better than me at that. Oh, he's so good. He's so perceptive. What is his? He's a cat right now, so that is going to be a 21.
Cool. As the cat is following down the path, being a cat in the idea that any sort of liquid they would be trying to ignore anyways, with a 21, Houston, I think, I know you're controlling Houston, but I will tell you that after about maybe, only going about maybe 30 feet, Houston kind of comes running back and is explaining to you, but is also like meowing and like making like weird biting sounds. You hear this like weird sort of like sound like it's trying to like move pincers that aren't there. For the record, that's just Houston. That's not a special thing that's happening. It's just Houston being weird.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the translation is there is the 21. There is this very large circular looking. Trying to think of how a cat would explain what it looks like. It looks like two cat towers leaning into each other.
Okay, here's a question. Okay, 2 cat towers. Does it look like something that on the material plane would be like prey or predator?
No, I think you get the idea. Like this sounds like it was. It looks like it's some sort of like building
Structure?
type
Okay.
of structure sort of thing. Said that there's a big pool of more of this red stuff that I feel like I like have some sort of kinship to. I don't know. And there is this very fun-looking white circular object that I kind of want to jump on.
I'll pass that along to everybody. I don't think
Yeah.
it's Houston, don't I feel like he's going over to try to like drink the blood because cats.
Yep. He actually like goes and like turns around
Grab him.
as you didn't say he couldn't go and jump on it. So you have to like kind of like stop him to like wait. Hold on.
Wait. So I'll explain that there's something fun ahead that Houston wants to jump on. Doesn't sound terrible. It's not too far away.
Mm-hmm.
You guys look at
And this
you
is
guys look
down
at
the
Gwen
road?
saying yes. You look at Gwen saying this. You look at Houston in all of what Houston is, in the idea of like what does Houston consider to be fun. Yeah.
As he's about to dip his paw in the blood, he stops.
If you could just hear me out for 1 second. I know you guys all in Dare's Wharf, you didn't like my ideas when we got there about how we could destabilize things, but this is similar, right? Like we're heading towards the Violet Court. We're going to need allies, and we need to find ways to weaken them along the way. And if any of these people around us or creatures around us that could help us and give us insight, then it would be useful. And if they want to fight us, then I guess we do
this
that.
is more of a structure than a creature anyway. There could be something there that's useful.
But Alistair wants to leave the path. These are different directions, right? That's why I'm
Right.
confused.
Is
on. These
there
are
a-
two different
I think
directions.
that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Is there like we're walking through kind of a forest? Is there like an actual like path through the forest that we're seeing, or that this
Yes.
is all okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I finally
Alistair,
get to
you
say
want
that. Yes, there's
leave
an
the
actual path.
Okay.
You want to leave the path, is what you're saying.
Well, it clearly wanted me to go that way, and I would assume that if it wanted me to go that way, then it was that way.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Good old 24.
Cool. I think for Prim, a lot of the stuff of like this journey has a very specific goal, but you're trying to probably keep your eyes open for any sort of signs and clues that the rest of the party wouldn't kind of connect to and understand. As you're like hearing this conversation and going like, this doesn't sound like something I should be like really, enough people are kind of like in the convincing sort of space. I'm going to kind of like lean back and sort of just like, survey my surroundings, see if I see anything different. I just want to point out, well, actually, I'll put it this way. You notice about maybe 10 feet back through the brush of the trees, actually towards the right where Alistair was happened to be talking about. You notice that there is. You notice that there is a very like through the brush you can actually make out a figure with blue fur. As blue fur is not very is not great for this forest. Bulu is only like 20 feet away. Sorry, I rolled a natural 2. I just thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I think
He's
I
a
think-
buddy.
knowing that almost like like an owner going to talk to like a scared animal kind of thing. She's gonna just kind of detach from the group, walk over a little bit, just up the path a bit, and then just kind of give a little like
Pushes some leaves over its eyes.
I'm not gonna hurt you, and I don't have any sandwiches. But come here. It just starts like patting the leg, like trying to summon a dog.
Okay. You tease. So first off, it's covering its eyes, so it cannot see you. So I think Prim, as you're going like, come here, it's okay. It's like, kind of like see one eye, kind of like putting out and going, and you see like they're scanning the ground around you, thinking that you're calling something else. Doesn't see you seeing them.
Just open hand gestures towards them, towards Bulu, and then just kind of like, come on.
Oh,
Yeah. God. And she'll kind of walk over at this point to him and just kind of move one of the leaves up a little bit just to like peek inside. Just hi. I'm Prim.
okay,
You can understand me.
okay.
That's fair. They're not gonna hurt you. Could you help
Okay.
us?
Okay.
Great. Okay, come on. And she'll kind of,
Okay.
and she'll start walking back out and kind of gesturing.
Doesn't follow you. He does not understand you at all. He's just saying okay as someone who's speaking a different language is talking.
Did I they said Bulu earlier. I thing, but
Yes, they did.
Gwyn or Yori did. Yeah.
Yes. Yep, you know his name is Bulu.
Okay. Bulu. Kind of
Yeah.
gestures.
Takes the leaves off. Yeah.
Prim.
Okay.
Bulu. Bulu, help.
Just Bulu.
Okay.
You didn't hear the just. I just realized there's a yeah. Actually, ironically, you're also not hearing okay. You're hearing like just another phrase.
All right, develop a whole
At
language
this-
right here, back and forth.
At this point, Laga. You're hearing Laga.
Okay.
Yeah.
While
You
that's
guys are
going
hearing
on-
this. That's
Yeah.
Well, what's
Yeah,
going on?
you just see Prim talking to a bush.
Mhm.
Yori's just kind of okay. So, yeah, we don't need anybody else's help. Kara, will you do something for me for a second?
Yeah.
I just want you. I know this sounds kind of silly, but I just want you to close your eyes and will you think about Maeve? I want you to think about Maeve and try to remember something about her, and kind of. I know you want to find her, but I want you to focus on that desire to find her, and then I just want you to walk in a direction.
Okay.
Just do that.
I
For
can
me.
do that. I'm gonna go to the middle of the road and land away from the blood, so I don't accidentally step in the blood.
Okay.
Close my eyes and think of the last time I saw Maeve with more ghosts. The most recent time I saw her, and just close my eyes and focus all of my feeling and everything on that moment I saw her, and then start walking.
While closing your eyes,
That's what Yori said to do.
give me a religion check.
Okay.
Can I have given her bardic? Just
Yeah, absolutely.
that as that part of kind of like that. That was like a bardic inspiration too. So 1d6
What's
actually.
your? I'm gonna use my inspiration because that's another
It's just
one.
1d6.
That's much better. I'm gonna still add the d6. Okay, that was really good. 16, 21. Religion, you said? 25.
Jesus. Cool. Yeah, you start going forward down the path. There are several times where, Kara, you kind of like start to snake a little bit to the left, which is like kind of like towards the blood. And I think Yora, you even are like, and you see for some reason, Kara, when she like she goes to like take a step, her step seems to stop and then move to like she's still like, oh my gosh, words. Her foot is up, but you see her like shift while her foot is up and then continue walking. She doesn't touch the blood at all. None of you see Mask, who is like literally guiding your feet away from the blood. Probably saying to him, like, no one sees this, but like saying to himself, like, this is crazy. You just, no, I mean, you could open your, that's fine. Yep.
Yori said Yori is in charge here, and
Yori
he said,
is in
"Close
charge,
my
yes.
eyes."
We're
And
going
it's
this
not a
way.
bad idea. Yeah.
Feywild is weird. All right, we're going this way. You can open your eyes. That's it. Path.
Oh, okay.
Bulu, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. The sandwich didn't mean anything. You don't owe me anything. There's no debt. If you want to come with us, you can. But we're going this way. And then we'll start going that way, sort of still paying attention to see if that's. So Yori's never told anybody to go places before, so he's still questioning whether that's going to work. And also, Alistair seems real set on going another way.
I have to ask
got it.
her, is she going away from where the blood is leading?
No, she's going towards it.
Is he going towards
Down
the
the
blood? Okay, down the path.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And Alistair wants to go away from the blood into the woods.
Right. You got it. Yori, go ahead and give me a don't even give me a persuasion check. Yeah, you're good. Bulu is looking at Prim, puts the leaves back over his eyes, and just starts inching sideways towards where Yori and the rest of the group are going.
All right.
You're very certain as a master rogue and, you know, studying the arts of subterfuge that Bulu full on thinks, if I put the leaves over my eyes, no one can see me.
It doesn't have
The
object
confidence
permanence.
is, yeah. Yes.
You know, of all the things, that makes the most sense so far.
You got it. Cool. So, are you all following down that path?
Reluctantly.
Yeah.
You got it.
As Kara's ahead, can she begin to hover a little
Mm-hmm.
and start to move stealthier as we approach?
Yeah, you do that. And I think Mask does speak up and says into your ear, "You could fly the whole time with this. Why were you stepping?"
Because Yori said to, and he's been here before. I trust it. Yep.
Yep.
Do
That's
you want
fair.
me to roll a stealth check?
No, actually, no, not yet. As you were hovering away, you guys see this this scene in front of you. As you see, the path seems to kind of like widen out, more to like a little bit like more of like a pond / like vernal pool sort of thing. But it's super duper creepy, as it is just fully filled with blood. And then you see there is a very clean looking white, there's a name for this, Calarius, I believe, shell, but essentially a very
No.
large shell.
We
If
still
you
see.
change the picture, we see Bulu.
Cool. One second.
Hulu.
But you did a very good job describing.
I picture it in my head because I'm pretty sure it's the cover for tonight's YouTube. But
It is. It absolutely is. I don't know why that's having such a hard time. I'm gonna try something here. Let's do.
Bulu is with us always.
Bulu
He's
is with
never
you.
going
always.
away.
All right. But yeah, you guys essentially see what is it? You also see behind it is an extremely large looking sylvan archway. Like very gray and dark. You can actually see that like off of the sunlight that is like making its way through the trees. You can actually see there is this like very interesting sort of like shine to what seems to be like maybe some of the material in the rock itself, except that the shine always seems to change a little bit, giving you kind of an idea of its magically prevalent. It's important for something. But yeah, what would you guys like to do? How about now?
Nope.
No, still Bulu.
Is the archway magical?
There are yes, there are faint levels of abjuration magic to this.
Is there any writing on the archway?
You guys are about. Did it switch back to UA?
It's gray now.
No,
Okay.
it's just gray. Mhm.
All right. Sorry, one second.
Because I was trying to be a little ahead of everybody being stealthier.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I would say you see this scene before anyone else. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of like you're not like coming in on a specific scene of like you're not. Nothing seems to be paying attention to you right now.
I will ask
So-
Houston, is that what you wanted to jump on? And point to the shell.
You see just a nod.
Yeah.
Not
yet. I'll
I
tell
think
him
the archway is protecting something or someone around here.
All right, this is going to be a weird question,
Mm-hmm.
given that it's a pool of blood or whatever it is, like a literal like pond size.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
pond size of just blood.
Does it feel, given my experience seeing, rivers of hellish blood, is it scary like that, or is it kind of a more welcoming sense? As far as anything can be welcoming in
It's
the
so
Feywild.
welcoming blood. The pond of blood is so welcoming. Come on in. No, I think it's creepy. What's weird is I think everything has a tinge of like feywild, like in the way of like even things that are creepy also have this weird sort of whimsicalness to it.
Yeah.
And I think like you're kind of collecting that pretty you're collecting that vibe pretty sincerely right now.
I think as we approach, Gwen will just say, well, this seems a lot friendlier than the last, rivers of blood I saw.
It's true.
Where Prim
pull
is
out-
like, what the hell?
I pull out one of my ball bearings and hold it out for Gwen.
I'll take it.
Oh.
And I'll throw it into the pool.
You got it. Cool. Awesome. Everybody roll initiative.
What do you mean you saw rivers
Awesome.
of blood? Whoa, God.
Everybody roll initiative.
So, I was trying to be stealthy. Would I be able to roll that stealth check to say I was hidden at the start of this initiative?
Oh, yes.
That's why I said I
absolutely.
was trying to be stealthy. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that stealth check.
Working class
Great job.
20.
Perfect.
Oh, and a natural 20 on initiative. Of course.
Me
it's on
too, but I only get a 21.
I have a
I got a
working
nat 20 on
class
initiative
20.
too.
Jesus. That's 3
Yeah.
nat 20s?
4.
I just have
We
a
go
working
first,
class.
Joe. We go first. Well, maybe not.
I got a
Sounds good.
15.
Let's do it. All right, gang, you ready? It's been a little bit. Welcome back. All right. Just for the record, Prim's mini is not done.
No!
Is it printed and not painted, or just not here at all?
It's painted.
Are we using a fun replica? Oh, okay, yeah.
I imagine I'm like 30 feet ahead, hidden, because I got that.
Gonna be like here.
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. So as you throw a ball bearing into the pool of blood, you see the blood seems to congeal and collect in an area around the shell. There's like this moment of this like kind of like mini sort of whirlpool that starts to happen as coming up from the sludge. This like weird snail figure that seems to be fully made of congealed blood. As it picks itself up, you notice that there is this weird sort of pink, like shimmery sort of energy that surrounds it. Yeah, that is what you guys see right now. We pull up docs and we'll get freaking started.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way, as this has been actually a little bit easier for me. So we'll kind of go. I'll just call people out. Alistair.
What's the question? I'm sorry.
Initiative. Sorry.
4.
4. Gwyn.
21.
21. Yori.
21.
21.
My dex is 12, by the way. I don't know if that actually could be similar or different. Yeah.
I think mine might be 13.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nope, it's 12.
All right. We can make that call.
Rollies?
Well, we could. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys just decide.
Well,
You guys are. We'll doing the same thing. Kara.
24.
24. Prim.
15.
15. And Io.
Working class 20.
Nice.
Awesome. Somebody roll for Oogle, who's here.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
I think Alistair should do it.
He's on his shoulder.
Agreed.
I
Right
got
there.
a 16 on that rollies, Evan.
Oogle
Oh, yeah, I
got
got a
an
5.
11 on a d20.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Have to do the
Yeah.
makeup.
Maybe here? I don't know. There's
A
Oogle.
little bit better.
There you
yeah.
go. Oh,
Close
I love
enough.
that
We'll
dude.
get a picture.
Look at him.
It's just a little beam.
I think you printed
Oh,
him out.
Ogle.
It's amazing. You have a red
Ogle.
version of him too, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yes.
What did Oogle get?
Oogle got an 11 with no modifiers.
Beautiful. Oogle don't need no modifiers. I said Oogle. Jujul. All right.
Oogle.
Sweet. Okay. I'll roll for our not so friends. Okay. Interesting. Sweet. Okay, cool. All right. It is Kara. You're up first.
Is there 60 feet between the party and the bad guy? It's hard to tell because I can't see the squares under the blood.
It's close.
About 70.
Okay. Gwen, I'm gonna need you to move up. I'm going to, so you see shadows kind of envelop Kara, and Gwen, you see from the ring, shadows kind of explode out and then wrap around your body in a kind of protective layer as I do warding bond on you, so it's a +1 to attack and saving throws and resistance to all damage.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to fly up in the air. I'm gonna be like 10 feet above the edge of the rock in front of me.
Ten feet above the rock.
Yeah, but the edge closer to the bad guy. Because I don't want to float above the blood yet.
You got it. Oh. All right. We got floating Carl. Carl, I'm just gonna put you here for now, but I'll be setting up your thing here in a minute. Sweet. Gwen and you, excuse me, Gwen and Yori, you guys are up. You guys can do something the same.
Oh, I was gonna do
the
bonus
same thing.
action
I'm
for
sorry.
my channel. It's just channel divinity, triggering my radiant strike for next round.
Okay, you got it. Sweet.
And now I'm done.
Great. Yori and Gwen.
Is the archway broken or is it just?
That's a good question. I'm going to say you kind of asked straight up, so I'm going to give you advantage on this. Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, that's really good. That is a 24, I think. 18 plus 6, yes. 18 plus 7, so that's even higher, 25.
25. Nice. Cool. With a 25, oh, that's beautiful. I love that. So I will tell you, with confidence, you get the idea that that is, not only is that broken, it looks like it's been disturbed for a reason. You get the feeling that whatever this archway is supposed to do magically, it is not doing that. Also, I think I said abjuration magic. Technically, that might not be right. Hold on one second.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and continue what you're doing.
she's going to move closer to the pool of blood, but not touch it. So she has a good view of the archway and this creature.
How close?
Let's say 10 feet back from it.
Okay.
So I'll move 20 feet forward, whatever that is. I don't know how far away it is.
20's right
Yeah.
there. Cool.
Yeah, that's perfect. And this creature looks like aggressive, right? Oh,
I mean, technically,
you know what?
I mean, the players
My
know
action-
that we're in combat, but
Yeah, my action has to be mage armor anyway, because I did not do that yet this morning. So that's my action.
all right, you got it. Okay,
Cool.
Cool.
Bonus action, I don't think I have anything, so.
you got it. All right, Yori, you're up.
This is why you don't mess with things here. All right.
She'd shout back, I think it's broken. It's not doing what it's supposed to do.
It's gonna be broken, and I will use Giant's Might to turn large as a bonus action, and then I will use Enlarge to turn huge as my action.
You got it. Big ol' Yori, everybody.
Yeah. Big Yori.
He's so cool.
He's so
Mhm.
cool.
So cool.
Oh, damn.
He does that sometimes.
That's insane.
I walk forward towards the creature. Let's say, I mean, I'll move my full 30 feet up there. From
Towards
where
the
I'm
creature?
going. Towards the creature, yeah. So I guess like, I'm even happy to like, if it's possible, can I get on that rock?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'll stand on that rock. And so that's, yeah, action, bonus action. I'm just gonna look at it. Whatever it looks like, if it's a creature, maybe it talks. So in Sylvan, we're just trying to get to the Violet Court. You know what? Forget it. I wanted to use these anyway. And he's gonna, he kind of shows his gauntlets as he does that, and just gets ready to punch some stuff.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think as you yell that and then are like, yeah, forget it. It's not, whatever. You see the creature not only doesn't seem to respond, doesn't even seem to necessarily acknowledge you. You see it actually is beginning to like kind of do this weird sort of like, I guess we could call it a dance, but it's kind of just like doing this like sort of motion back and forth. It's a blood snail, so in no way is it an attractive dance. I mean, unless, I don't know. Anyways,
be into that.
Yori, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, he just turns back to Prim for a second and just holds up the gauntlets again and goes, "Let's see what these really do."
You got it. Sweet. Io, you are up.
Okay, so Io's going to move, let's say 25 feet forward.
Okay.
And then, let's see.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Let's just go for it. You're gonna see him call out. He's gonna call out to both Prem and Yori. So are both of y'all good with? Well, oh shit, Prem, you probably can't fly, but little man, you good with potentially flying?
Yeah, whatever it takes.
All right, good. I'm gonna try something a little different this time. And then what you're going to see is he's going to take his arm, and then the eyeballs are going to kind of make way for tentacles to kind of squelch out as he slams his hand into the ground. And he is going to cast Evert's Black Tentacles. And I can read that for you, Joe, if you want me to.
Just go ahead and tell me the range.
No problem.
Or the size of that.
Area is 90 feet by 20 feet.
That's not what it is. 20 feet in a circle?
90 feet by 20 feet, and...
It's definitely not 90 feet by 20 feet. It's 90 feet distance.
90 feet distance.
And then...
Thank you.
20 feet radius or...
20 foot square. Square.
Okay. Square. Cool. When D&D starts doing 90 by 20 feet, I'm done.
Because that is pretty hard. It's like
that would be
it, and I'm
insane.
I'm getting confused.
That's the thing where you just take okay, everything. All right, cool. Just hit
Yeah.
anything you want. Or just where it is, yeah.
The entire map.
Yes.
It was like the range on on Saturday of that one attack. It's like, I can hit anything within about 700 feet. Okay, well, there's no point in asking then. You can hit
You
it.
can just hit anything
Stop
cool.
asking. What is... where are you centering it?
I'm centering it right on the blood snail, or right under the blood snail.
You got it.
And then you just see this mass of eldritch tentacles just spring out of the ground where the creature is. And they have like this kind of magenta shimmer about them.
Beautiful.
Then
This is Everett's?
yes, Everest.
Okay.
Then what you're going to see him do is the eyeballs in his arm are then going to light up as he's going to quicken. Here, let me actually use the spell slot first. He's going to quicken Eldritch Blast and fire off 2 of those.
You got it.
Okay.
Blood snail still needs to make a dex save for the black tentacles.
Let me read that. Because I thought it works at the start of its turn. It's from what I was reading.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Enters the effect area for the first time, or starts its turn.
Okay. So that first attack does a 19 hit.
19 does not.
Okay. Then a 12 definitely won't hit either.
Correct.
So
as you shoot the first, like 19's good enough, you see like it kind of like shoots through, and you see it kind of like just squelch into blood that is on its body, but seems to not make any sort of contact.
okay, with that being said, Io's basically going to be like, all right, y'all, time to go ahead and give this place a warm welcome, or have this place give us a warm welcome, I should say.
Beautiful. Anything else on Io's turn?
Nope, that will be all.
You got it. Io, as you are turning around to say that, you look down and notice that very extremely quick, this weird-looking kind of like gnomish creature with a long nose, deep red eyes, and a nasty, terrifying-looking dagger kind of comes run up, snickers, and then goes to stab you in the stomach.
Oh god, no.
Not red caps.
I didn't want you to say it out loud, Kiki.
Red caps, baby! It's a red cap fight!
Oh god, oh god.
So
oh
excited.
God,
Are we even in the Feywild if we don't fight these little fuckers?
Exactly.
Like,
It's
Good
true,
point.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
an excellent point.
First attack is a 19 to hit.
And that is... You know what? Reaction. We're going to cast Shield.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because it's going to get 2 more. 24 to hit.
Definitely going to hit.
And the last one is going to miss with a 16, I believe.
Cool boy.
Great. I need a Constitution saving throw.
No problem. On it.
No, you don't. Cloudrin.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. Where are you
I
sending
will
it
fuck
to?
up everything here. I'm gonna send it to the blood snail. Blood snail.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it. Cool.
And then it also. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. 2d6. Nice. 10. So beyond what it does,
Yes.
I think rather than the normal, he still clutches his hand, but you don't see like a stone break. You just see the gauntlet clutch. And something, instead of opening one place or like kind of going another place, you see it go to the gauntlet first, and then he sort of like throws it out towards the snail, and the extra lightning damage is 10. It does 10 extra lightning damage. That's part of the gauntlet's thing with the cloud.
Nice. Beautiful. For a total of 22 points of damage, the con save that I would have be rolling for Io is for a condition that this blood cell cannot get.
Yeah.
Um,
But now Io doesn't get it.
Yes.
But now Io doesn't get it, and that's the important part. Okay, beautiful. I'll say actually with this, I'll give it to Yori and Io. I need both of you guys to go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
$13 for me.
18.
Okay, cool. Yori, with an 18, you see as the creature seems to take that damage, you see a couple things happen. One, you see it takes the damage, immediately drops from its shell down into the river of blood, and then you see the shell itself seem to sink down. As it pops back up, however, you see it having to kind of restart its dance. This is not very good mechanical information, so I'm going to tell you straight up what the mechanic information is. It was concentrating on something.
That's what I got from your description. You nailed it.
Cool. Sweet. Thank you.
It's dance magic.
Just gotta move the spotlight to follow it. There we go. Oh.
Sorry, I kind of lost focus for a second. What is the square? The square is something you cast, Dan, right? Like,
Yep.
what was that spell?
Everett's Black Tentacles.
Oh, sweet. Well, sucks that it's moved, but yeah.
Yeah. No problem. That's the risk you take.
Beautiful. Io, you cast shield on as your reaction. You see this creature run back into the blood.
Right, so we can't make an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Only because he already used his reaction.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. You see another one come out and goes to attack Gwyn. That is a dirty 20.
I will also reaction shield.
Got it. Cool. Second attack also misses. And then the last attack is a nat 20.
That will definitely hit me.
We don't have any of that business.
All right, baby.
Nice.
How far away is
Wait,
she?
no, wait. Oh no, I already used my reaction, so
Yep.
I don't
Actually, no, it's better for me if it... Well, no, how far away is she from me? Because I'm only 10 feet up, hovering.
I'd say no more than 30 feet.
A reaction blessing of the guardian.
You got it.
It has to make a wisdom save.
Sweet.
Against, I think that's probably my spell save. 15.
It just makes it with a 15.
Is it within
Okay.
30 feet of Alistair? No, it's not. I can count. Never mind.
Where are you?
It's fine. You're resistant to all damage.
Sure am.
I just realized the other.
Did you remove him instead of me, and then put the big me on there? So there's two me's on there right
Oh
now.
yeah,
Yep.
there
There
is.
are, yeah.
What a sentence.
What a sentence.
What a sentence.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. So nat 20 coming your way. That is. So I need a con save from you, Gwyn.
+1 to that saving throw. Thank God.
You bet. Ooh, that's actually really good. Constitution is going to be a 21.
Okay. You take 20 points of slashing damage. But you are able to save from the bleeding condition.
Oh God.
That's halved, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're resistant to all damage.
Yep.
So is 20 the full damage? Joe?
What's the resistance coming from?
Warding bond.
Oh, beautiful. No, 10. Great.
So I take 10 points as well.
Yes, that's correct. That's the downside to warding bond.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, cool. Sweet. It is also going to run back into the river.
Do you have anything that does warding bond look like anything?
Yeah,
yeah.
I explained it when I set it on, when I triggered
Shadows.
it. It was the explosion of like from her ring, the shadows kind of exploded out and wrapped around her, and now it's like shadow armor that's kind of settled over Gwen, and you see a mirrored image of that on myself.
Okay, so when it like hit her, like
Yeah, when
hits you at the
it
same
hits,
time.
I think you see the shadows coalesce around it, and then you see it coalesce in the same spot
Very
as I take
cool.
the same damage.
Super cool.
Mm.
So way to take more damage.
I
All right.
now have
Three
84
for a reason.
HP.
That's a lot more than me. Well, not a lot.
More of these little guys are coming out. So they come running out. I will say also at this point, because Yori, you did pretty well on this. No, I'll give it to you guys after this. We'll see. Cool. So 2 more attacks, or 2 more enemies coming out at Io. One of them's coming out at Yori. So we'll do Yori first. First attack definitely misses. Not even going to tell you. The second one is a nat 20 again.
Oh, damn.
I will tell you guys, mechanically speaking, these creatures are attacking with advantage.
Got it.
And then we'll do the last attack. I'm going to put this dice up because that was another nat 20. So I'm going to roll a different die.
Okay.
That's fine. 2 nat 20s. That's what happens.
Yes, it does.
That's
Okay.
another
Is
nat
this
20.
nail going somewhere? Sorry.
Wow.
Finish.
I just
Finish
rolled
me
another
off,
nat
Joe.
20 with a different die.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't think that's right. And the dice said, you heard me.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, it works for me.
Beautiful. Cool. Well, I guess, yeah, we're good. All right. So that is... I did not do that damage right.
And sorry,
Sorry.
Joe, there's
16,
one's attacking me and one's attacking Yori.
We're just doing Yori right now.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to you. 18. Yeah, okay. 18. And then... that is 25 slashing damage on the first nat 20. Also, I need 2 con saves. And then 26 on the second one.
Cool. So 51.
Yeah.
Cool. And I failed both the con saves, or at least it was like a nat 1 and a 4. So,
Okay.
I failed both those con saves.
You are under the bleeding condition. So, for those that don't remember, bleeding condition is a fun little thing that I've added. Any movement that happens is going to trigger damage, and you are going to be you are going to continue to take damage at the top of your turn until you are healed. So you take damage if you move. You take damage if you are not healed. Okay, so that was that, and now we're gonna have the other two red caps go. So first attack. I'm not kidding you. It almost tried to roll to a nat 20 again. That is a dirty 20 to hit. Your shield is still up.
So AC 21, so that misses.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Second attack is a math 22.
Okay, that hits.
And then the last attack from this creature is going to miss with a 19. I'm going to automatically do the other one. Actually, no, it's not going to matter for this. I'm automatically do the other one as well. Natural 19 is going to hit. These dice are rolling like crazy. Miss on the second one. And then another natural 19.
All right.
So that's 3 hits.
All right. And I definitely failed a con save, so I definitely have a bleeding condition.
You got it.
We'll see if you're still standing after this.
Well, none of them were nat 20s. That was a big deal. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean,
Oh.
Yori's like 20 feet tall right now. So, this little red cap comes out.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have had to climb Yori. Like,
Yep.
just in that very terrifying, just like right all over. It's like, yeah.
Or
Very
just seem to
David
find
and
that
Goliath.
that area in the armor that's your like Achilles heel. That,
Right,
like,
right.
You know,
Yeah.
13 points of slashing damage for the first hit.
Okay.
And is that right? 6? I'm having trouble counting today. Yeah, 13 points of slashing damage to the second hit.
Okay.
Both of these creatures go to run away from you at the same time. Yori, the one that was on you, also goes to run away.
Yeah. But I did use my reaction, so.
All
Wait.
right.
Wasn't I hit 3 times? Because I thought that was 2 natural 19s, which would mean 2 hits plus 1 more. That was the 22.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Thank you for being honest.
No
Appreciate it.
problem.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
Yeah. That's 11 points of slashing damage for the last hit.
Alrighty. But I will say, I did roll for concentration for the tentacles. They're still up. But
Okay, cool. All 3 times?
Mhm.
You got it. Sweet. All right, that is it for the red caps. Ironically, the snail goes next.
Oh my god.
The snail is, yeah, I mean, it seems so. Is going to take a shot at. I think it's going to take a shot at Kara, who's like hovering kind of close to the river here. All right. That rolled forever. 19 to hit.
AC is 18.
Okay. I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ten.
Beautiful. Roll me a d4.
That was cocked. 4.
You're going right at it.
I'm going right. I think I'm going into the blood. Straight down. Mhm.
Yep. You see Kara all of a sudden start to seem to sink down closer to it. Technically speaking, it actually happens on your turn. But we'll say like systematically, you guys are actually starting to see Kara like starting to kind of like sink down over the pool of blood. That is 7 points of necrotic damage. Okay. And that is the end of the snail's turn. It is now Prim's turn. Oogle is on deck.
Range to snail? What's my range to the snail? Am I good?
15, 20, 20, 30, 35, 40. About 40 feet.
I have 45 feet of movement. Dope.
Yeah, come on in.
I can walk on the blood because of Ring of Water walking too, I think.
Great.
Or not. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm down.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah. We'll. Yep. Give me an ice up in there. Yeah. Bonus action. Get the arm out. Get the visage on. Vamp that out. And we'll just go for 2 little kicks there.
Give it.
Or at least try to. 25 on the first one.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the second hit.
Yeah. 27.
That'll also hit.
Stunning strike.
You got it. All right,
DC
cool.
15, I think.
That fails. So you can go ahead and roll an advantage on the second one if you'd like. Just to see if you get a nat 20.
Yeah. Cool. No. Sneak attack is advantage.
Say that again.
Sneak attack is of advantage on this one.
From the second hit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go. First set's 11 force.
Nice.
Second hit is 13 force with the sneak attack.
Beautiful. Also, ironically, this actually ended up working out, but I forgot to. Well, I already actually used. Yeah, I used its reaction. Yeah, great, cool, awesome. It's stunned anyway, so it doesn't matter. Beautiful. You got it. Anything else? As you like, kind of like you had the visage on, right?
Yeah. Full
Cool.
mask. Yeah.
So just mask goes up. You just jet across. You see. I'll say this actually. As you're running across, you see like tiny little hands kind of coming up out of the water, trying to or out of the blood, trying to grab at you. They'll be actually trying to do that on their turn, but you're kind of like notified of that at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you manage to be able to kind of kick this thing right in the face as you see like its like head seems to kind of explode and then like re-emerge. You did seem to do full damage to it though, as it seems to be stunned.
Yeah. Just bicycle
Beautiful.
kick, pop in the side.
Nice.
Yori is
Sweet.
like nodding.
Nice. Anything else on Prim's turn?
That's it. That's all I got. That's all she wrote.
Got it.
Runs across the bloody kicks.
Yeah.
Runs across the blood and kicks it.
in mid run, activating the arm with the visage coming up with like the green furl like ripping off and then like bouncing off of the blood to just kick it twice in the head.
I love it. Awesome. Sweet. So that is the end of Prim's turn. It is now Oogle's turn. Oogle looks up at Alistair, who is just about to go and wreck some shit, and just looks up and just goes, "Oh." And that's it for Oogle's turn. Oogle stays green. I will say, Alistair, give me an Arcana check based on Oogle. 17. As you look down at Oogle, you see Oogle has this like kind of like gold light sort of shimmering around it. As it looks up to you and says Oogle, you notice that light seems to kind of pulse a little bit, as there's a possibility of it expanding into something else, but seem to get pulled back and retracted.
Okay.
Alistair, is your turn. And actually, we could also say Alistair could still be like on your shoulder. It's like free action to pick it up if you wanted to. Or pick,
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say
pick them up.
Yeah, it is tiny, so I can do that. Great. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna just for the sake of fun, swing by, and as I do, you'll see like a little, very tiny stream of like a whirlpool of water lift him up onto my shoulder, and then I'm gonna walk about. So I'm gonna need your help on this, Joe. I want to be within 30 feet of the snail, but going towards the direction of Gwen.
Have to be here.
Okay.
Which I think you had enough movement for, honestly.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So I'll slide right in front of her, and as I do, I think because this is a Feywild and magic is different here. For the first time, you guys see just in like the immediately like 5-foot range of Alistair, you see magic act around him the same way he does. So you see like threads of magic and whatnot. And as he reaches up with the hand that's not on the cane, he grabs a few cords of different colors of magic, and as he does, you hear like that sound of going into ice, that freezing sound as you watch it launch towards the snail. It is stunned right now, so I'm an advantage, correct?
Yes, correct.
Awesome. And then I am also going to twin spell that, so no, I can't because they go to the same creature, so just one. Yeah, so I'm going to cast Ray of Frost, and you'll see as it streaks across the threads of magic kind of vortex and spiral towards it into like a ball, and behind it you see like drops of ice falling into the river. It hits it. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Awesome. So let's see, it's going to be 48, 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 cold damage.
Jesus Christ. Cool. So as you see that cold energy kind of like wrap around the snail that is unable to do anything to block from this, to be able to handle, you get the idea like this snail is some sort of spellcaster, obviously, but is made totally helpless in the situation as you as that cold sort of energy. This creature is made of moving liquid that is continually kind of like moving around. So as you are freezing it in place, you notice it kind of like it is stunned, so it's also kind of like stuck in this sort of frozen position. You don't do 20 damage, you do 40 damage, as it is vulnerable to cold.
Awesome. And then as it hits, and it kind of, you see like the magical energy break over the whole thing, and just a very thin layer remains. It's also, I know it's stunned, but its movement speed is reduced by 10 until the start of my next turn.
Beautiful.
And then I will do the protective parent thing in the car when you slam the brakes, and reach behind me with the cane and look at Gwen. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. And Gwen's focused on the portal, not even caring about the snail.
Beautiful. You got it.
That's all I got.
Cool. Awesome. With that, oh, I forgot to introduce another mechanic. Yeah, I totally forgot, and let's call it out now. So you have Neve, your magical feywild creature here.
I do.
Neve is a friend to the party in general. So you all are basically working as essentially a Beastmaster Ranger all at the same time. So anybody who has anybody for a full round who would like to use their bonus action to move Neve is able to do so. Neve only gets one like attack and movement, but it's on a bonus action that anybody can do. Does that make sense? I felt like I didn't explain that very well.
Yes.
So when one person uses the bonus action, it's done for that round.
Cool. I will take that then. That's my
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, because we now go to the top of the round, so that's actually a perfect time to do so.
Cool.
Yeah.
So currently, Yori and Io are both bleeding, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, I am bleeding. Yeah.
All right. Yori is way more durable and able to handle himself. I'm gonna send Neve to Io and have. I mean, I don't know exactly what I can do with her, but I would say perch her on his shoulder, like the way she normally sits, is kind of like a protective thing for Io.
Beautiful. I like it. Roll me a d20. I'm gonna say DC 11.
16. Thought that was a 10.
Beautiful. And then go ahead and roll me a d4. Actually, we'll kind of call this the same. I forgot to kind of make this stat block, so we'll kind of make this up on the fly. We might change this a little bit later on in this. But I'll say go ahead and roll me a d8, actually. We'll count this the same.
All right, and because Neve and I are so close in our relationship, actually what happened was, as I said, Neve, go help Yori, and so she went to Io.
I love it.
On a D8, that was a 3.
Great. You heal for 3 hit points, which isn't much, but is enough to take. Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Nevie. That's a good girl.
Yeah, thanks, Neve.
Bubble comes floating out towards you. It doesn't make sense. We're in bullet time, like sort of thing, but for some reason that that bubble seems to kind of like just make its way over to you and just pop in your face.
Time
that
doesn't
works like
matter
that.
in the
Yeah.
Feywild.
Yeah.
Just in D&D
Yes.
combat, you just got to let it go.
Yes. Yep. Beautiful. We are now back to the top of the round with Kara.
What's happening to me?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So you need to make a full movement down, which should definitely be enough to get trapped into this.
My movement's 40 feet.
Well, it's not 40 feet deep, so we're good there. You're basically waist deep, we'll say. As you are now standing in this liquid. So you're using your full movement to do that. But right now, I think we had this set to be, right now nothing happens. And I cannot explain why. I mean, I can, but I choose not to.
How far is the creature from me? As the crow flies.
70 feet.
Fucking hell, okay.
I'll count it again just to be absolutely sure.
Well, it doesn't matter, it's way too far.
$70 feet.
Sorry guys.
No, you're good. You're fine.
I want to
What
actually
did we
be able
talk
to
about
go
on
stuff,
Thursday?
You could hold action, and I could move you.
but you're not going to get me to the creature, not 70 feet.
You need to be at the creature, and I thought maybe it was like
Yeah.
a range thing. You're just not close enough. Yeah, yeah. Get you to the creature. Well,
How far is Vortex Warp? 90 feet?
Yeah, but his turn's at the end of the round, so it won't matter. It's the thing's going to move again, so that's not going to matter.
Yori's up after Gwyn, so Yori's on deck.
get you.
Yori
can't
doesn't
vortex.
have. Does Yori vortex warp? Alistair's the only one that
No,
can vortex
but
warp.
I
Oh
can
yeah,
throw
why am
you.
I? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And I wouldn't ask him
mean-
to do that. I'm just trying to figure out.
I put all of Evan's characters into one character for that. Like, yeah.
Well, I get all my
Like,
stuff.
right?
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So
Yori
it took my
asks,
movement-
"Are you willing?"
Are you willing? Yeah. Yeah, it's a kind of warp. It's just I throw you. It's a specific part of the feat, just so you know. Like throwing allies is a thing that Yori has that he's never used.
Yep.
So it took my movement.
But I don't think that's happening.
You said it. What is the wording on this?
The wording is you spend your movement moving in a random direction, and your direction was
And then if you
down.
try to use like actions for movement, does that count as movement consumed as well?
No. So you can use your
Okay.
action to move. Yes.
I guess I will. Bonus action dash.
Cool.
With my fly speed, that's 80 feet now. And I will end up flanking with Prim.
You got it.
And
80
is it
feet
possible?
total.
Yeah, 80
with the
feet. Is
action
it
bonus
possible to get to a point where I'm kind of hovering so that I'm flanking with Prim still, but if this thing tries to go down in the water, that would give me an opportunity attack?
Yes. This creature's
Okay.
probably about maybe like 10 feet tall.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah. It's considered to be a large
Yeah.
creature.
Yeah, let's do that.
You got it. I love this thing. We'll talk about it later, but yeah. Sweet. Okay, awesome. So Kara, that ends your turn. Yeah, you guys broke my dungeon puzzle. Gwyn, you're up.
Can I use my movement to get on top of that rock that's right in front of me and Alistair? So I'm not.
Yeah, I'll say give me a DC 5 athletics check.
Okay. Just make it. Because I roll an 8, but I have a -3.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's not the most attractive she's ever looked climbing up that
Starts
thing.
because of the top just panting.
Yes.
I think, Gwyn, as you're running, like, Alistair, like, 'cause Alistair kind of did the, like, all right, like, stop, you're good, behind me, like, sort of thing. And, like, I was just like, what are you doing? I got this. And just, oh, God, okay. Who put that there? All right. Yeah, you managed to get up to the top.
Cool. Most of my attention is still on the archway, just trying to see what's going on there, but I am going to send just a magic missile at the snail guy for now.
You got it. I'll say, because your attention's there, I'll say go ahead and give me a religion check.
Well, that's going to be all right. Religion is, I don't remember what. 15.
15's good. Cool. With a 15, you can go ahead and roll your magic missile attacks.
Okay. That was at level 2, so there's a whole bunch of them.
Beautiful. Good job, guys. Oh my gosh, I love it.
And then if it's concentrating on things, it has to do the thing.
It's
Stunned still.
stunned is gonna drop all that concentration.
Got you. That's right. It's stunned. So I need 4 of these.
And you're at advantage on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my
Oh,
magic
yeah.
missile doesn't need advantage, but
That is
right.
also true.
so that's gonna be 5, 9, 11, 14 points of force damage.
Did that just get closer together?
Yeah. Yep. No. No, I think honestly in my head I was thinking like this would be something that I kind of want you guys to possibly notice, and so I think without thinking I actually made it further apart than it actually is. It's probably so it looks probably only like that. Like there's a solid block sliver that is missing.
Right, it looks missing,
Yes.
not like they've been separated and like they need to be pushed
Well,
or something.
Perfect timing for the question of that. With a 15, Gwen, you get the idea. So something is missing from there. It looks like it's been purposely sort of tampered with. In the idea of, and I'll say with a 15, looking at this silvern archway and recognizing that this is possible. You guys came from this direction. So this is probably the direction you want to be going towards to be able to go towards the Violet Court, to go to Morghos's sort of palace, so to speak. You get the feeling that whatever has been taken from here it wasn't, how do I put this? The cultural ramifications of buildings that religion check of taking some sort of magic, sort of runic piece out, even in the idea of like taking something from the Feywild, is not something that the people that put it there would do. You get the feeling that there's something else that has broken this archway. Yeah, there's that.
Okay. I'll shout out to the rest. There's a piece missing, something not from here or that didn't make it, took it. I think if we fix it, I think we need to fix it.
You got it. Cool. Beautiful. Gwen, does that end your turn?
Oh,
Also,
it's a new
Yori,
round,
technically.
so Neve could go over to Yori and heal him.
Absolutely could. Yep.
So Gwen would say, Neve, Yori, this time please go to Yori.
I sure hope Neve doesn't come over here.
Oh man, even with that, I'll say go ahead and give me a because chaos.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me a. Oh wait, I should have made you guys roll with advantage anyways, because Oogle. Oogle is close by. Sorry,
We have
my brain
so
broke.
many mechanics happening. It's
Gwen, go ahead and roll me a d20, DC 11, but you have advantage.
that is going to be a 15.
Beautiful. And then go ahead and roll me a d8.
8. 7.
Nice.
Yori, you heal for 7.
Nice.
Hey, still bloodied.
Floating Neve just in front of you, just in your face, like literally in your face, and like doing the floating thing where you just happen to be like you move left and she moves left, like yeah. But yeah, you feel this kind of like weird sort of tingly sort of energy. There is a part of you that actually feels this being very like Feywild energy.
Yeah, I think there's a panic at first, and then it does feel a little bit better, and then yeah. So does that remove the bleeding effect as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Neve does not recognize that panic feeling at all.
Yeah, well, I'm also wearing a mask.
Oh, good point. Great. Yori, it is also your turn, but Gwen, I assume that ends your turn. And Io, you're on deck.
Okay. It's gonna be further than I can fly. But now that I can do this. Yeah. All right. Can I kind of want to get, it's hard to describe it. It's kind of in a position where if the red caps come out, that they're going to have to sort of run into me or through me to get to Alistair, Io, and then who's on the rock at the other rock besides me? Is that
Gwen.
Io?
That's Gwen.
That's Gwen.
Gwen. Okay, so yeah, it's so kind of near them. I can just give you squares. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You want to be like directly in
put
front
me
of
yeah, it's like in front of
Io.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You got it.
Kind of, yeah. I can move it if it's
I have my mouse over where he needs to go. So
a
just
little
wherever
bit to
he
the
goes.
right.
Thank you, Clinton.
Yes, that's good. Yep.
You got it.
Can you ping it? Just ping it.
It's right
Yeah,
where
just
it's
ping
at.
it.
Yeah.
Ping.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. I am loving this fight. This fight's so fun.
So, do I notice at this point that like is like you talked about the arch? Is it like noticeable? Have I noticed the arch essentially, or is that just Gwen noticed it? Kind of,
Yes.
Gwen shouted
sure.
it out to everybody
Shout
that
it
we
out.
need to fix
Okay.
the arch, and that's where we
Cool.
need to go.
but you didn't see the extra piece or anything like that.
No,
Okay.
I haven't looked for that yet.
All right. So instead of doing that, Yori is going to take his spear and he's gonna throw the crap at this stupid snail. Yeah. Oh, is it still stunned?
Yeah.
It is still stunned. Yeah, you have advantage. As you probably tell Prim to duck.
Oh, how's an 18?
I don't want to tell you the answer to that.
Doesn't hit.
18 does not hit.
Okay, well, I mean, I can use inspiration, I suppose. Right, on attack, can you use inspiration? I still have from the last time. It's been less than 24 hours. No, it's been less than 24 hours since I got my last inspiration from...
When you did the recap.
Recap? Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you can do that for
definitely
that,
been less
for
than
sure.
24 hours.
It's just
still on-
rolling
yeah.
that d20 one more time. You're not getting advantage again.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
I
yeah.
believe in you.
Fuck me.
I should not have believed in you at all.
So the best I can do is an 18. Yeah.
With an 18, the spear shatters in your hands.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Just one. Do either of these things? They don't always add up. I think it's just damage, but
Is it a straight roll, or is there a modifier there for throwing the spear?
Should be strength modifier, I assume.
it is. I have the strength modifier on and stuff like that. It's just
Oh,
that.
okay. I saw.
I also
saw
have.
18
I forget
pop up.
whether.
I was confused.
And I forget whether enlarge and giants might affect the actual roll there.
The
If it's
attack
just- I know
roll?
it affects the damage, but I don't think it affects that.
I don't think it does
don't
attack
think it
roll.
does.
Yep, nope, it's just the
Yeah.
damage. Okay, so he throws
Sorry,
it
man.
and it fucking misses.
Yeah.
Deflect missiles, Prim. Catch it.
Deflect missiles and kick it up into it. That'd be cool.
Yes.
Could I?
That would be so cool.
Now, maybe with a nat 1. But yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you throw it. I think there's a possibility that like Yori is used to hitting moving targets and has never had to hit a fully stationary target.
Can I give a slight
Yes, please.
It's a snail. I think it's possible that it like hits the shell and hits, but like doesn't hit. So I think maybe it's still embedded in the like just the very like the tough armor of the maybe even just like kind of grazes and just sort of sticks there, but doesn't pierce it or anything like that. And it just doesn't go through. And
I like it.
Yeah.
Just as long as mechanically we know, like, you know, there's nothing that we can do with that.
No, it's not
on
useful
that,
in
so,
any
yeah.
way. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yep, has a giant spear sticking out of it. Beautiful.
Okay, great. Then I'm going to move because fuck this thing.
You moved over here. Just
right.
FYI.
Is that the maximum I can move?
We find out.
It probably is really close, if not the maximum. And I did want to be there, but that's
No, I
close.
forget. You're dude. You're huge. So that was 20 feet of movement.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna Misty step over there with movement and get to the spear.
Okay.
Pick it back up.
Yeah. Are you flying?
Yeah, I'm flying. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's the Steven universe. A giant woman.
Beautiful.
A giant Yori.
You guys are nailing everything that I had made it specifically set up to not be able to do. So good job.
Yay!
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, I'm not going to touch this and pick up the spear. Picking up the spear technically is kind of a benefit of it being there rather than going in the blood or something. But also, I just want to use the gauntlet, so I'm just going to punch it. I'm going to go up to it with Misty Step. I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
And then I'm going to punch it. Yeah. Just,
You got it.
I'm not just doing it. I just say what I do. That's what happens. Yeah. So I'm gonna try punching it. So let's try punching it. I actually have another attack because that was only one attack. So I get another attack just from
that's an
that.
attack
And
to
then I'm
throw it.
also going to action surge. So,
Okay.
yeah. So let's try the first attack. How's 21?
That'll hit.
Nice.
Okay. We'll do... So that's 16, then plus 6, 4... 4, so that's 20, and then I'm gonna activate the fire rune.
Who fell?
Yori down. Oh no.
Need to find that 3-1.
So, yeah, and this is you hit a creature with a weapon, you can invoke this rune to summon fiery shackles. Target takes an extra 2d6. Oh, this is, I don't know if things are opposite, but actually, before I did it, but you know what? Fuck it, we'll just find out. Yeah, yeah, because like I was thinking about ice and fire damage and being like, well, if you did ice damage and that worked, but I think fire damage isn't gonna work, and I don't think I would have thought about it anyway or known, and we're also just gonna find out. Everything doesn't have to be opposites, but sometimes it is. So anyway, that first attack is 20 force damage.
Cool.
And
it's
then-
dead. How do you want to do this?
That's really it? Just the one?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yeah, I
awesome.
was holding my
I
tongue.
still use the fire rune anyway.
You got it.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. So, I've said that a lot.
You're good, man.
Yeah, so Yori throws the spear. It lodges in but doesn't do anything. And you just see him, like, from back where he was, hold up his fist. It starts sort of glowing with the sort of the fire gauntlet. And as he charges forward and Misty steps through the air, you see this trail of fire, like a meteor, hitting the butt of the spear to drive it into the snail. Just,
Beautiful.
yeah.
You got it. So you see the spirit itself kind of just digs in deeper, and you see a crack start to kind of form down from top to bottom as you see the shell starts to break, and the creature just seems to kind of like disappear into the goop of the blood. Beautiful.
Can I use my reaction to vortex that warp that corpse out of the blood? Or is it gonna? Are we still gonna be able to see it?
It's a
I
reaction
don't think
to vortex
warp is a reaction.
No, I don't understand that, but we're out of initiative. Yes, no, maybe.
No,
We still have the red
absolutely
cap,
not.
man.
Oh man,
That was a good
So I use
try.
bonus action.
want that corpse?
So yeah, I'm
I
gonna,
will say above board there is no corpse.
Oh,
yeah.
It is an amalgamation of blood. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
There's a shell.
Sorry. There is a shell.
You want me to grab it?
Yori, I'm going to tell you straight up, if you want to action surge to grab the shell, I will allow it.
Don't do that.
No, I already said I action surge those. So what I'm going to use that is the action surge dash back to where I was to be in a protective position from those 3 people that just in the back. Yeah. Well, as close as I was, because action surge is only going to get me what, the 30 feet. So close to them, trying to get back. Yeah.
Well, action surge gives you your action back, which gives you, well, yeah, you use
It's just a dash. Yeah, but it's cool. I think that actually is the distance, because it was, I moved, Missy stepped. Now I'm moving back instead of Missy stepping, so that's probably about, because it was kind of the 2 things there. So I think that's probably close to where it was.
Give me a sleight of hand check, DC 15. I'm forcing your character to do something.
15.
Cool. Looking on Alistair's face as the creature is sinking down into the ground, what does Alistair look like as the substance of something that you have not identified, and you have a feeling that is not identified scholastically? What does Alistair look like?
It's just like that handout, like,
Yori, unless you think you specifically don't, you can absolutely grab a portion of that shell as you're.
I think what he does is as he's taking the spear out to come with him, part of the shell like just gets torn off, and he just sort of throws it with him. Yeah,
beautiful. I love it. Great, Io, that is your turn.
So noticing that, he's just like, damn, I didn't even get to do anything with my damn tentacles.
I didn't technically miss.
That was amazing. So I think
that's only a statement that can be said on someone else's turn. That's so good.
So I think he's just kind of looking around to see if he's seeing like the writhing hands kind of come up out of the ground or not. Mm-hmm. And then also while he's also looking for a lost slab or something that looks like it would be part of the arch that Gwen pointed out.
Sure. Let's say give me a perception check.
Okay. And then is this with advantage because of Ulu? Or that luck guy? Little luck frog.
Excuse me. Oogle. And no. That's just on luck checks.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely could have used it because that was a 12 on the perception.
Okay, yeah, 12. You don't see any piece that seems to be lying around. Again, it does seem like this was something that was done purposefully, so there's a good chance that it's not going to be like just hanging out around it. Yeah.
I think noticing that, or not noticing anything, I think Io is going to back up. But I think he's going to stay concentrating on the black tentacles for now.
Can you move it or no?
I didn't see anything saying that you could actually move it, so my assumption is no.
Cool. You got it. Okay. You said you're backing up?
Yep, I'm backing up, let's say 20 feet.
You got it. Beautiful. Anything else?
Okay. I think he is going to... He is going to hold action Eldritch Blast if a red cap pops out to try to attack him. Or any other party member, I should say.
Okay. So holding action to Eldritch Blast, anything. Any red caps that come out.
Yes.
Any enemies that come out. You got
it?
Cool. Go ahead and roll those attacks as it is the red cap's turn next.
All right. Okay. One is going to be a 24 to hit, and the other one's only going to be a 12 to hit.
24 hits.
All right. And let's not roll the wrong die again. and it is going to take 9 points of force damage, and it's going to get pushed right back into the goop if possible.
Can you control where it gets pushed, or is it just away?
Just away.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's going to spend its movement to kind of come back into the position where it's at. And it's a reaction.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Here we go. We'll handle Prim first. So Prim, you are standing above the water as you are now being grappled by this particularly strong Redcaps. Redcaps are actually really strong. Go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics check. Let's see. Oh, God.
25?
20. Nat 20 for 25?
Not nat 20.
Okay.
I have a plus 9.
Nat 20 for me. No, but pretty close. But it does not beat the 25. Beautiful. So the one that is in front of that kind of like comes up out of the ground to kind of grab you. You're able to kind of like push yourself off from it, and being able to kind of like stand on that surface and kind of move yourself away. Beautiful. Great. So that was that one. That's its whole action, as it would be able to make attacks do that. Sweet. So then there are 4 that appear around Yori. Here we go.
Cue the "Bring It On" meme. Specifically, Emperor's New Groove version.
This time, as they're coming up out of the blood, you do notice that they seem to be. I think Yori, you noticed this for sure. They seem to be, as they're kind of coming to attack you. They seem to be like maybe a little bit more sunken in, less like muscle bound. They have that like kind of like lean sort of muscle, but something seems to have affected them in their ability to do as much damage and other stuff.
I also want to ask, do I recognize any of these things? Have any recollection or even if it's just however we want to do that as far as like flashes?
You probably know basic lore of Redcaps, I think. I think
okay.
there's like maybe that sort of thing has like been like understood in a generic sort of village thing, like Redcaps run away. We'll handle that a little bit later, but
cool.
Anything specific you can remember. First attack is a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Second attack is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Third attack is a dirty 20 to hit. So that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 hits, right?
Okay, yeah, that's 2 hits. Yep. Wait.
Anything you want to do reaction-wise on that?
No. I'm good. I just forgot it. Yeah, no. It's cool.
Okay. Cool. You got it. And the con saves that you have to be rolling is not going to be related to this. So next one is first attack is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
No. Yeah, 19.
Mm-hmm.
21 to hit. And then 20 to hit. So that's...
Are you using dice that have the lower numbers?
They do have lower
have
numbers.
any
I
of
have
them?
not
Are you
rolled...
sure about that?
I have not rolled below a 15 for either. And they're getting advantage because of flanking. Last time they got advantage... I'll tell you guys straight up. Last time they got advantage because of this creature. So killing the blood snout, solid. Good job.
Don't they have to be on either side of me for flank? Oh, I guess they kind of... Yeah, I can't see the other ones.
they
on
have
the
plenty
side.
of movement to be able to
there's
kinda
4
get
of
around
them.
you for that.
I'm sure they can get flanking.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on 5 hits. So second one to attack is going to miss with a 15. Second attack is hitting with 21. 17 to hit on the last one.
That hits. You beat it.
17 hits? Okay.
Yeah, I could use a better armor class, but
That's
I didn't wear that mask.
so that's 7.
Okay.
7 hits.
7 hits. I'm going to pause here as that's... tell me where your HP is at.
The 28. It's pretty likely
Cool.
I'm down from 7 hits.
Yep. We're gonna stop right here. So that is so 7 hits. Like I said, they do less damage. I'll say at this point is we're kind of like a little worried here at this point. They were doing 4d4. They're now doing 2d4 per hit. I
So
don't have
there
enough
is
d4s for this.
14
Get rid of that
d4.
rules.
There's
Everybody, give
hope.
me your d4s.
The problem is
So
like
you're
they need to
telling
be
us
rolled in
there's a
order
chance.
because, well, it depends how they're done. You know, whether you're doing them as a group or whether you're doing it as a
Because after that
right after I go
point,
down, then that's
Yeah.
just, you know,
2 failed, 2 failed, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
very
7
quickly
hits.
very quickly that kills you.
Yeah.
Is the way that works.
1, 2, 3.
Which is why we
1, 2,
got
3,
every
4.
diamond in Dare's Wharf.
Do we have
Oh,
revivification now?
Yeah.
yeah. I think both of you have it, right?
No, I need
We're
one
good.
more
Just
level
Oh,
stab
not
to
me
yet,
get
away.
it.
Alistair.
Stab as much as you want.
But Alistair has it, yeah.
I'm gonna stab as much. I'm gonna stab as much as I want. Joe. Here we go. 2, 5, 8, 11, 13, 17.
It's first 3 hits, I'm guessing.
25. No. Yeah, 25.
All right, so he's down.
He had 28
I had
hit
28.
points.
Oh, sorry.
But you know.
Yes, but you are down.
Okay.
So we have 2 more to go, and all 3 of them have attacks. Or, sorry, we have 2 more to go, and they all have attacks. So there is a moment where things get very scary. So any like reactions, things like that, be ready on that. Yori, was there any reaction you wanted to do on one of those attacks?
Yeah, I think to a certain extent he was like I was waiting to save the reaction for an opportunity attack, but obviously if he's about to die, I think he would
Right.
have used the Oh no, that doesn't work. Sorry. Runic shield
Can
can
you
only
please
work on other
remove your
people. When
damage?
another creature you see within 60 feet of hit with attack, you can use first. Yeah. Yeah, that's only for other creatures.
It's for other creatures. Yeah.
Yeah, and I already used the cloud thing, so yeah,
Kiki, what
I'm
were you
good.
asking?
If he could give me some of his damage with like Cloud Rune, but he already used it. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I used it. Yep.
Gotcha.
No,
I already
that's
know
good.
the answer to this, but I have to ask.
Yes,
These
please.
are all just straight attacks, right? They're nothing, no magical spells being cast, anything like that.
Just a bunch of little dudes with knives
Yeah.
that are terrifying.
Stabbing, just jumping all over him.
Yep. Truly, like, just, yeah. It's, there's nothing whimsical about it, honestly. It is just these bloody looking things that are
Just
stabbing
brutalizing.
away. Okay. I think this would still. No, I'm not gonna worry about that. That's fine. All right. 3 more attacks. Or sorry, 6 more attacks, all with advantage.
Christ.
First attack is a 16 to hit, ironically.
Miss.
I spent my action using
Second one is a 6. I rolled 2 2s.
Hits.
Good lord, man. Okay, third one is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
There's your low numbers. Okay, so now we're on the last creature. Just needs to hit twice, and Yori is dead.
So Yori reverted to little Yori, right? When you went down.
Oh yeah, that's got to be the case. Yeah. Yeah, because it's never really.
But
That's a 13 to. I will tell you that that's not going to matter for this, so we'll
Yeah, I'm
just
just
kind of pay
curious.
attention to this real quick.
It's
Yes.
like it's a minute thing, so it just there's no concentration on it. So I kind of feel like
Oh, there's a possibility
Uh,
you're still up. I mean, there's a possibility you're
Yeah,
still
still-
big. But the big important thing is whether or not Yori is dead. So let's
Yes,
just
that
focus
is more
on
important.
real quick. So that is a 13 to hit. Apparently, a Yori down is impossible to hit. Yeah. So I need to hit on both of these to kill you. Okay. That's a natural 18.
Okay.
That will, of course, hit.
And it's the last roll. I'm not kidding. That's a 16 to hit. So that does not hit.
The enlarge definitely drops. That's concentration. But I think Giant's Might is sort of built into him, and it's a minute. So I think there is a sense in which he does change size, but to the size he is when he lives with Ildion, when the size he wants to be when he's a giant, because the enlarge is 20 feet. The giants are more like 13, 14, 15. Yeah. So he might be hard to hit as he changes that size. And yeah.
So I think you just become smaller, and the red caps, like you hear them kind of like making this like sort of like weird sort of nasty sound that only Yori can understand what they're saying, but Yori's unconscious as they are trying to like slice into you as you are shrinking, and you have 2 failed death saves, but you are not dead.
I think as they grab and like stab on it, yeah.
Yori, please tell me. I'll say in this moment, as you are in this very scary sort of moment, what is Yori focusing on?
I think there's a sense to him that this is
not that one. Sorry.
Both like that's the bad one. It's familiar. It's horrific and painful, but also in some ways it's combat, and that's familiar, but there's also a familiarity to just like how many times has he been in a place in the Feywild and suffered through similar things. And I think they're like kind of crawling all over him as he's shrinking. He's kind of like tossing one down, and he goes to a knee, and kind of right as the last one, I think, is about to sort of you can see clearly going to kind of like stab him basically in the throat. And the last kind of move, he swings his head, and the mask sort of knocks the blade to the side, and it gets this sort of gash across the mask as he falls down and, is unconscious.
Yori, as you're taking these hits, becoming smaller, as you're kind of coming down, we see the as you said, the mask seems to kind of take the brunt of that last hit. But as this is happening, we flip to like what Yori is seeing on this, and seeing these nasty, kind of terrifying looking impish sort of creatures. Do they seem to change faces as they're attacking you?
I think from the mask, everything you can imagine like that sort of faded, like everything is black except for this just sort of focused forward thing, and he's looking around frantically at these things like as they're stabbing him, and you just see like this cuts from their faces and from their, and I think he's seeing it feels a little bit like being buried to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like each stab is like this pile of dirt, and the faces are kind of above him mocking him, and it all fades kind of to that as he's looking around and trying to just fight out of that, but like feeling again kind of the frustration and some of which he thought maybe he was over from the amount of times he's been through it, but that fear and frustration as he kind of falls down and fights, but knows that there's like this is what's going to happen. And I think he sees faces as he's kind of going unconscious, somewhat similar to his own. Somewhat, at least, something very fairy-like for a moment, but maybe with more perfect features and still the red kind of fiery hair. And I think that's when he kind of blacks out.
As this slow motion kind of continues, I think you all turn and notice one of the biggest things I think you notice is the biggest thing here becoming smaller. And recognizing that Prim and Alistair, you're going to be coming up next in initiative. But I think as I would like to also kind of like spend a moment of like, what is the slow motion process of what everyone's doing? In this moment, like Prim, you'll be next. So I think Prim will say, as we kind of like go to you, you're seeing this happening as they are pouncing on Yori. You don't have to tell me like action wise what you're doing, but what is, I'll say like, what is Prim's natural reaction to this? Like for the group or for themselves, what have you?
Mm-hmm. I think in that moment, after kind of pushing that red cap off of her and then seeing this happening, there is that fear that she's going to lose someone else again. And I think in that moment, because the visage and the spirit stuff is so connected to emotion, the arm like shatters apart into almost these like claws, I'd almost say, and the mask just turns like, I kind of imagining like, my brain's saying like Samoan tribal, where it's that the fear mask kind of a thing of just rage and anger and fear that she's gonna lose someone else in that moment, that this new person that she found kinship with so quickly has already could potentially leave her life, and she doesn't want it to happen. Mechanically, I'm just gonna run.
You're gonna run towards this. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll say slow motion. You see Prim, like all this sort of stuff happening. You see Prim just kind of like just charging, pushing off from the blood that seems to kind of like make this huge wave behind you as you're about to jet forward. Alistair, as you are seeing this happening before your very eyes, looking down for a second at your leg that is going to be keeping you from being able to get there in time to stop this from happening. You hear that familiar voice in your head. I want to keep this from ever happening to anyone ever again. You know that. But Alistair, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you saying?
I think in the span of the blink of an eye for everyone else, Alistair immediately dives into his headspace, which is just a black void really at this moment. And I think you hear two different Alistairs let out like this primal scream, and you can feel this tug of war going on in Alistair's mind, and after a moment it all settles and you hear Alistair's voice just says, all together now. And outwardly, when his eyes open back up, I think his irises have turned that deep purple, and then his hands, like underneath his fingernails, have turned like a blue, like they're cold, and you can see like his skin getting paler as it goes up and steps towards the fallen Yori.
You got it. Alistair, you also start to charge forward as we move up top to Kara, just coming from this creature sinking into the ground. And as you see it kind of like drop down in Kara, it's you looking up as you see the effects of what's happening to Yori from that position. You possibly wanting some sort of level of reassurance from Mass that everything's going to be okay in this moment as like the first sort of instinctual thing. You hear Mask immediately go, no, move now. As you hear panic. What is Kara thinking, doing, saying?
Above table, Yori's not dead, right? I thought he didn't get hit that last time. Or did he get hit on that 16?
Yori's still alive, but I'd say RP wise doesn't look good.
Yeah. I mean, she trusts in mass magic and the magic she has. So she would just be going to heal him. Because she thinks she can just save him. I think she has that confidence now.
You got it. Cool. And lastly, we're going to turn to Gwen. Gwen, your concentration being on the missing piece, that runic sort of like can't pull away from the interest in ruins and dead things and things that are beyond normal comprehension. And you hear Alistair shouting behind you. And as you turn, all you see is the awful sort of like, I think the like almost disgustingly mischievously whimsical hats that are flopping back and forth as Yori is on his way down. Gwen, what are you thinking, doing, saying?
I think Gwen's first emotional reaction would be guilt, because Yori did warn us not to touch anything. And she intellectually, I think, understands that maybe this might have happened because that archway seems to be where we need to go. But she should have been more calculated about it, as she's been saying all along. So definitely there's guilt as she watches Yori just bombarded by these things. And I think that's followed swiftly by anger, because I think that's her natural reaction to guilt, is to be angry. She starts to conjure her little magic missiles, and they just sort of swirl around looking for targets as she trusts in Alistair and Kara to save Yori where she can't. You do notice that the missiles aren't necessarily aiming at the red caps, more at the River of Blood itself.
Got it. Go ahead and roll me. This is technically a luck roll, but this isn't really necessarily I wouldn't even call this a luck roll, actually. Roll me a d20.
Okay, I'm going to do it on D&D Beyond.
Cool.
Shouldn't have done that. Natural 1.
Okay. Natural 1 makes you want to lean it. No, it's not a luck roll.
Yeah.
Natural 1, I think, makes me lean into the idea of what would be hardest for Gwen to think of, is the concept of Gwen looking ahead and trying to focus on the distant task and forgetting to pay attention to what's right in front of them. Something that is a familial trait that you can't help feeling responsible for.
That makes sense.
As you all are immediately...
I think we still need to do
Yes,
IO.
good.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I thought there was a reason why I was skipped.
Nope,
So,
not at all.
okay.
I accidentally skipped you in the turn. I'm so sorry. But what I will say is for Io, you notice these figures at the end of their turn going into taking their step back as if they're about to kind of go into the river the way they did before. And you actually see one of them, this horrible sort of malicious sort of smile, takes a step back and just puts their foot into the river. And then you see it look down and look back up, confused. Something's not working. Something's not transitioning like it should. They should be hidden in here. And as you see that happen, what does Io hear in his head from his patron? These creatures are trying to make their escape. They're trying to get away with what they did.
What would I hear from my patron? If anything, I think I'd hear him. I would hear the patron doing an evil chuckle, and then it's like, "Are you ready to come to reality? Are you done playing the hero? Look at how worthless you are. How worthless you all are," is what I think he would hear.
What do you say to that?
Fuck you. Fuck them. He's the best of all of us. And I'ma show you who's worthless. I'ma fucking show all of you.
You hear that deep chuckle in reaction to those. Then don't let them get away. What do we see from Io as you're about to react?
Io shouts, "You fucking cowards!" And then he also looks at both Siobhan and everybody who's close to these things, and he says, "I need y'all all to get the fuck out of the way. Get Yori out of here. I'ma end this."
You got it. As you see the Redcaps finishing their turn, trying to move back into the river, literally stomping, almost looking like, if you didn't see the look on their faces, it almost looks like they're playfully splashing in the river, but the river's not taking them. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. See you guys in 10.
Nice.
All right, so we see the after Yori goes down and is taking 2 death saving throws at the end from some crazy lucky rolls. on my part. We see the red caps trying to end Yori is unsuccessful in doing that, but then try to back up and run away into the rivers, into the river of blood that has collected them, making them invisible before. Now you can see that possibly because our snail spellcaster is not there, it is not reacting the same way. So you see them kind of freaking out a little bit. I'll say at the very end of the turn, Prim, as is going to be your turn coming up here, you see one of the figures reach into the river and pull out what looks to be a humanoid head and is staring at it and yelling at it. It is your turn.
How much human is left on the head? If that makes
it is. I think right now it's caked in blood. I'll say go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Oi. 11.
11. It looks to like you notice like a kind of extended ears. It could be some sort of like fey creature, elven creature, or whatnot. But it's I mean like something that has been just that coated in blood. You see, it's just a head.
Okay. How far is Yori away from Prim?
About 20 feet, I think.
Okay.
So for future reference, gang, just because I know in some cases you do have to ask it like that, so I want to be very clear on that. But if it's something where it's like you know what you want to do, it might just be easier to say like, is he within this range?
Yeah. I want to. What I want to do is bonus action disengage, run through them all, pick Yori up, and then keep running. And if I need to burn, I don't know if I need to burn an action to pick him up or burn an action to dash to kind of get enough movement to just pull him out of there and start kind of looping towards potentially Kara, but just enough out of the way.
Okay. Yeah. Give me an athletics check first.
I'm not good at those. But that's still a natural 17 for 17.
Great. So 17, you're not going to have to spend an action to pick them up. You are going to be, your movement is halved in carrying Yori.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll say, yes.
I don't want to be that guy, but does his large size affect that? He's still large.
I guess I thought you
12 feet tall. No, it was he dropped to his the size that that one lasts a minute. It's not concentration, and giant smite is what he does when he's, back home.
If
He went from huge to large.
That's
okay,
right.
if that's the case, then
What did drop off? Just so I can read the clarification. Which one? Which one?
And
do we
large
lose?
is concentration. So yeah.
Cool. Great.
if the case is that I can't grab him, I'm going to get in. I'm still going to bonus action disengage and run up to him. And whatever is the closest one, I will lash out at.
I mean, you could probably still grab a thing that's, I think, one size larger than you. I just wanted to be clear about it. That you could probably drag him is what you'd have to do.
Yeah, I would just also from a mechanical gameplay standpoint, I go next, and I can heal. So
And you're right there.
Yeah, and if you take him away from me, I may not be able to get to you.
True. Also, I don't know any of this.
Right? Very clear.
Play your character. I'm just playing.
I was only given the mechanical information of just like if he's large, you might have to drag.
Yeah, I
wanted
mean, you
to
wouldn't
get
know
it
that
out.
Kara can heal either. So.
That's true. Yeah, I'm like
You don't know.
in reality.
By that
the goal
logic,
was
yeah.
to get him out.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to do what you
that.
think your character would do.
Yes.
There are certain times, and I think this is one of those times where you could consider the idea that the player knows this and therefore the character knows this, but that's fully up to you.
the player didn't know that Alistair had healing, and the character didn't know that Alistair had healing. So we're
Right.
just gonna go.
So, to clarify, what I'm saying is there's a level above board, like dungeon level is what I call it.
Yeah.
Right. There's a level above board that you guys are discussing tactics right now, and that's okay. So all of that is to say, it is your turn. Do what you think your character would do.
I like the idea of you dragging me, by the way. Just I think that's fine mechanically if you wanted to do that.
Yeah,
But I'm not the DM.
either pick you up or grab you and pull you away from the red caps. Just do bonus action, disengage, and try to take Yori and put them no longer in danger.
You got
Is
it.
the goal.
Yeah, it's funny. I think we were all talking. No, because there's a specific thing that allows you to do this. I believe. Hold on.
I mean, you can grapple somebody and then you can move them. And I think you can grapple somebody one size larger than you. Also, do you get 2 attacks?
Yeah.
Grapple's an attack. You could attack and then grapple and then move.
Grab, push, or lift a weight that's up to twice your carrying capacity.
Prim's also not very strong.
Let's
None of us
go
are.
a crazy route and go to the Furbolg, which I know specifically has a thing on powerful build. You can count as much as you're preparing fast and the weight you can push through. That doesn't explain. Okay. Wait. I see. Okay, cool. All right. So Yori, your normal. We kind of we're doing a little bit of flubbing sort of here, but you say your normal weight would be like 100 pounds.
Something like that, yeah.
Cool, awesome. So because you are doubled in size, your weight is doubled as well. So we're gonna base this on weight. So that's 200 pounds because it's the only thing that is
It's doubled
specifically.
Because I went from.
But you're
like
now
small
large.
to
Oh.
large.
So
Because it
it's
just makes you large, so I
400
get 2
pounds.
sizes. So it's doubled
right.
and doubled. Yeah.
Yep, 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 yep.
400.
400 pounds.
Okay. There's no way Prim's gonna move that.
Okay.
I have 11 strength. It's not happening. We will go with option B then, which I think is just as fine. She's still gonna bonus action disengage, run up to Yori then. And
We do have a shit ton of healing potions. Don't forget that. We handed them out before we went into Feywild. We got so many.
Actually, I had one to ask that whether we had. I know I had one in my inventory from before, but
I mean, I
that's from the
figured
shop.
if we distributed magic items, we would have distributed the healing potions.
Make sure you guys do that specifically after to make sure you guys put that in the inventory
yeah,
correctly.
I don't know which ones I would have off that.
Probably, like,
Off that then.
everyone carries one and then put the rest in the bag.
Right.
All right, Prim, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, bonus action disengage, run up to
Yep.
Yori. Pop. I think she's just gonna realizing she can't carry him. That closest one, she's just gonna start digging into as aggressively. I don't know if
Off in
there's
the
any
mouth.
way for me to do like an intimidation or anything like that to try to like scream at them.
Nah, just kill these guys. I
Yeah.
don't think there's much intimidation for them.
Dirty 20 for the first attack.
Well, we'll see. We'll see depending on how crazy things get here. Cool. Dirty 20 hits.
Second's dirty 20 as well.
Beautiful. These guys are not beefed up like they were. So they
Okay.
both hit.
Okay. I don't think any of these will have. I think Alistair's too far away for sneak attack.
Yori's incapacitated. Correct.
Okay, that's fine. 18 total between the two.
Okay, you got it. All right. There's action.
Bonus action was disengage and movement.
Oh,
No,
right.
that's it.
You got it. Okay,
I'm
cool.
done.
You still have movement. Technically, disengage is still up, so you can try to get out of it if you want. But I think it also makes sense that Prim's like, I'm. right
Yeah,
here with you.
she's in the moment of just like full claw, like almost like mother bear, kind of just like in the way and just trying to be the scariest thing between them and Yori.
You got it. Beautiful. Who wants to roll for Oogle?
I will.
What are we rolling?
Wait, no, you will.
So it's a luck roll. You have advantage. DC 11.
16
Nice.
and a 1, so
Uh,
good thing we had advantage.
Beautiful. That's close. Alistair, as it is coming up to your turn, you feel that gold sort of shimmer bubble kind of become bigger, like almost as if something is trying to get out, but manages to kind of manages to get back to where it was before. I'll say, Alistair, roll me on the top of your turn. Go ahead and roll me in insight check. Yeah, free insight check, DC 10.
I mean, I know what's going to happen. That's an 8. But yeah, I want this thing off my shoulder.
You got it.
Cool. So Alistair's skin, his fingernails are turning blue underneath. He's getting pale, and you hear like the crackling of ice as he steps forward to Yori and kind of reaches down, puts his hand on him, and I'm going to cast mechanically at 3rd level. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Cool.
So that's going to get you 24 HP back. But what you see is blood's just liquid, right? So it starts kind of flowing back into all of the cuts, like the blood that is coming out of Yori, kind of starts slowly going back in, and you see the wounds kind of start to heal themselves over. And Yori, as you come to, you feel like you just got hit in the face with a bucket of ice water all over you, and you see Alistair's eyes that are still purple, and he just looks at you and says, "Not yet." And then everything goes back to what he normally looks like. Everything's gone. It's just his regular eyes, and he goes, "Damn Fey deals. We're not even yet." And then steps over you, well, I guess he would have to help. Yeah, I guess he'll help Prim. He'll try one-handed to grab Yori's hand.
Yeah. As you bring kind of Yori back, I think he's kind of like, he's still big. He's kind of on his knees, kind of looking down. And as when you first bring it back, and kind of he gets the kind of refreshing feeling, and then you say not yet. I think when the second phase, when you talk about the Fey deal, he's looking up, and he actually takes the mask and puts it up for a second, and just kind of looks at you and smiles, and says, "Thanks, Alistair.
Beautiful.
I don't have to ask for your help. I won't ask you to save me again. I have friends now. Let's go save Maeve." And he puts the mask back on.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, because he's surrounded, but there's space now, so I will step between him and one of the red caps.
You got it.
So that he's behind me.
Okay. Beautiful. Sweet. You got it. Okay. So we have Yori back to being alive. We come back to the top of the round with Kara. I rolled so low on Mask's realization of what was going on, so I think what you hear first in your head is this like kind of like sigh of relief. Even in his infinite sort of godly wisdom, he wasn't entirely sure if Yori was going to survive that. So, Kara, you are up.
Can I fly down to get flanking with Prim on one of the red caps? Ideally, the one she's already hit, but
Yeah, you're 10 feet
I'm
up.
only like 10 feet up. With either Prim or Yori, because he's up now, or Alistair.
30 feet will do it.
My movement's 40 feet.
Okay. Make sure, guys, if it's... I'm going to assume it's standard unless you guys... You'll have to kind of remind me every time. So, yeah, so 40 definitely.
Okay. Good. Because I like my sneak attack. 28 or 27 hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And that's going to be
Rogues flanking
a
and sneak
Constitution
attacking.
saving throw.
Okay.
It's a DC 15.
That's an 8. Plus... nope, that's not going to do it. Yeah, that fails.
Is it immune to poison at all?
It is not immune to poison.
Finally. Okay. So that's going to be 6, 8d6. Hold on. It's poison now. It has a poison condition. And that's... Oh, that's really good. So that's 44 points of damage on the first hit.
It's poison. It's poison and dead.
It has
It's
the
dead?
dyke condition now.
Yeah. Yeah, these boys are not. They're not beefy anymore.
Then I'm going to use, instead of another hit, I'm going to use my bonus action to Healing Word to bring Yori up just a little bit more. Let's give you a second level. So we'll go at
Nice.
2d4.
Yeah. For clarification, this red cap already took 18 points of damage. So.
That's plus 3, so that's 4. You take another 8 healing, Yori.
Nice.
And do I have any movement left?
There was 30 feet to get there, so yeah, you have 10 feet of movement left.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna float to the other side of Yori, so that we're like 3-sided, covering him while he's still down.
Okay.
I don't know if I can. Basically, probably the other side of Prim. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
Cool.
And that's it.
I love it. Awesome. It is Gwyn's turn and Yori's turn.
So I think in Gwen's current state of mind, sort of focused on the steps we need to take forward, what comes after this. These red caps and this blood are in her way. So as she starts to cast this magic missile, which is at 4th level, She's gonna reach in and take out the tiny little shard she had left from her original Diminuum. And she's gonna cast the magic missile through that so that it hits the Kappas and the blood.
Beautiful.
They are in her way right now.
Beautiful. I'll say send one of your magic missiles to the river, and I will take it away.
That is exactly, you read my mind, because I think there's,
Nice.
yeah. So you just see these spiraling missiles go through that Diminuum, and oh boy.
Oh, wait, I didn't say this earlier. This map is beautiful, Joe.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Totally
Fucking amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, dude, the river is so good.
Thank you. That's why we had to be half hour late. Sorry, everybody. I had to make sure that dried. Cool. So
Sorry,
I think
the little red cap goes back where it was, right?
yes. Thank you.
Mhm. It was the one that was closer to Io. That's the only reason I say that, because none were that close to Io. The one that's closest to Io was the one you moved from the river.
Oh,
Yep.
The one that, yeah.
Gotcha.
So you picked him up and moved him over all the others, yeah.
Well, that was a dumb thing for me to do. Cool. Got it. All right. Sweet.
They have Misty Step now? No, like.
So wait, you're saying that this one's right here? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Chopping my head off already?
That's what we're saying.
Beautiful. Io's down? Okay. I missed that.
He's actually dead.
He's dead. He's full dead. It's bursting to dust. Cool. Yeah. So that first hit. Gwen, you start to see as you send that spell through the Diminuum, having one of the missiles just kind of explode down. You see this like weird sort of bluish. It starts out like kind of like an electrical sort of current, but then starts to kind of like move into like a softer, almost like gentler sort of waves. As you see, the blood just seems to kind of be pushed out and away, sinking into the earth. It's going to take a full round for it to affect the whole area. So like on contact, it hits that side, and then the other side is going to start to dissipate as well.
Cool.
And then go ahead and tell me what the. I assume you're hitting another one of these guys with the rest of them. So
Yeah, I mean, how many are left?
there's 4 left.
There's 4 left. So I have 5 missiles left. I'll hit
They're
the
all
one
full
that
hit
seems to
points.
be like right in the center of everybody. Is that right? Is there one that's
This is the closest one to them.
okay?
Oh wait, sorry. Yes, there's this one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send 3 at that guy and
You got it.
2 at the other one that's closest. So,
Okay. We'll call that
6, 8.
3 and 5.
So 11 at the one that's closest to the river half that's left,
Okay.
and 7 at the other one. So 11 force and 7 force.
Okay. Cool. You see them takes those hits. Beautiful. All right. Anything else on Gwen's turn?
I don't know if you'll allow it, but can, I don't know, the force of the missile blow them back, those 3 on the side back a little bit, so Io can get his fireball.
Oh yeah, because you were using the Diminuum. on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say. Yeah, I like that. Sure.
Yeah. Gives
Sweet.
him maybe a little more room to still do his fireball.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig that a lot. Cool. Yori, you are up. Io, you're on deck.
Oh, I'm so sorry. With my movement,
Yes.
can I get off the rock on the other side closest to the arch?
You got it.
Assuming that still keeps me within 60 feet of Kara.
definitely are.
I think it does.
It does. It does, like, it kind of cuts off your sight right now. Of them.
I think it's just proximity.
It doesn't matter.
so.
It's proximity, yeah, not sight.
Sweet. Beautiful. Yori, you're up.
Okay, so what's near me?
All your
Anything here?
friends.
All my friends. Yeah.
It looks like one red cap.
Yeah, are there any red caps near me?
There's one
Tech-
here. There's 3 over here.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
deal
use
with that one. Because he
You
wants
got
to
it.
fireball, so I'm going to go over to the other one.
Yeah.
And I am going to punch it. And then we'll see what happens. I don't want to deliver a thing and then miss.
This one has taken 11 points of damage.
Well, I have a lot of hits, so
Yes.
let's go. Let's see if I can hit him. All right, first one's a 15,
Hits.
and next one's a 17.
Hits.
Okay, we'll just go with this one for now. 12, and then 13, so 25 plus a d6 for 28 damage.
Okay. Still up, barely.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, okay. Then I'll just go ahead and hit him again, as the fists are light weapons, and I will use 2-weapon fighting to hit him again.
Yes.
Does a 22 hit?
22 definitely hits.
Okay, that's another 15 damage.
How do you want to kill this thing?
So, yeah, he walks up to it, and in kind of a little bit lower than, like, an obviously, like, affected voice.
Yeah.
He, has the mask on, and he just goes, I'm gonna give you a gift. My name is Tak. Tak, the Rune Herald. And then I punch the crap out of it.
You just hear this, like... actually, no,
Yeah.
you hear it speaking. Oh, man. I didn't even think about this. I think... Oh, roll me a luck roll, and you have advantage. Because Oogle is
Everywhere and with us at all times.
And with us at all
16.
times. In our hearts. Beautiful. I do not have my my voice right for this, but you hear as you're explaining it to you who you are, you hear Miss Crackle, and then you
Yeah, I
into
think-
it.
Yeah, like he starts hitting it, and I think he doesn't stop. Like, like the hits are mechanical, but like he's hitting him on the ground still, like just punching him into the dirt in that way where like someone's gonna have to tell him to stop. Or not.
Beautiful.
Or just punch him into a mush on the ground, but he's just gonna keep punching.
I love it. Yeah, and I think with this creature, as it kind of its head becomes not round anymore, I'd say like what you see coming from it is just way too much blood for how small the creature is. So it's just splurting everywhere.
Oh, God.
Like in the idea that like it's a red cap, and it just makes sense to me that like blood is their thing, and it's just all of what they're about. So that is their that's all their insides is just way too much.
Sprayed across the mask. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's still kind of like whimsical because it's feywild, right?
It just keeps going.
Beautiful. Great. Anything else on Yori's turn?
Yeah, there's still 3. I think somehow, as he's doing it, something else activates, and it's another part of the gauntlets that I think he's not even really intentionally doing, but he's thinking about all his friends that are kind of like, like he just saw them. They're kind of in his head, and he activates the King's Runic Barrier as a bonus action. So I grant all allies within 30 feet resistance to all damage types for 1 minute.
Nice.
Yes. As we see the runes start to glow off of your gauntlets, we see the fire, earth, air, water, like other sort of pieces, everything that would be related to the damage that's happening. They all seem to be glowing at once as you're like trying to wipe the blood off of them that seem to just kind of like burn away in the light. Beautiful. All right, Io, you're up. Io, if you don't take out all 3 of these guys, it is their turn again.
Okay, good to know. So what Io's going to do is, like I said, you're going to see all of the eyes on his arm light up a bright, brilliant orange. And then on the other arm, you're going to see the little vents come out to kind of brace for the impact, as he's going to cast Fireball at 4th level using sorcery points. I'm going to have to roll 2d6s on D&D Beyond because I only have 7 with me. But yeah, here we go.
Oh, okay. You got it. Oh, little dex save.
That's how you do it too.
What's your DC, Io?
17. And I'm going to basically be centering it around focusing on getting all 3 red caps and doing my best to avoid getting anybody else.
1 save. 1 saves.
Can I use my reaction?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You, as that fireball is coming on, that one that saved, I think you see like a watery projection of Alistair's body shoot out from him and kind of hold that one that saved. And
Nice.
I'm going to remove 5 from whatever he rolled. Does he still save?
Nice.
He absolutely does not. Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
And then as Io's saying this, I'll do the total first, and then I'll add my little one-liner afterwards.
Cool.
All right, so that's 10, 22, 24, 28, 31, 33, 39 points of fire damage as he says, "You're gonna beg me to stop. You gonna beg us all to stop."
Oh, shit.
And that's 39 points of fire damage.
You got it. 2 of them are still alive at this, but I will say, Io, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me see here. 1 second. Let me get my window open. Alright. Oh, wrong D. That's a 12 on the wisdom.
Beautiful. I think as you say you're all going to beg me to stop, the rest of you all hear Io's voice going much, much deeper. And as we see the flames erupt around, these creatures. We see Alistair, your projection is in there kind of holding this creature down, and you see like your projection kind of like moves up to the side, and you see this glowing eye where the fire around has gone from its deep orangish red to a bright blue right around the kind of like slotted, almost looking like a slotted sort of draconic pupil or iris around that figure there. I'm going to give you the choice here, Io.
Okay.
You feel that escape your body. You can choose to lean in to it or pull back from it.
Okay. 1 second here. I think. Oh, go ahead. What I want to hear.
I was just gonna say, as you're trying to kind of like feel, as I was trying to make this decision, there's that moment where you feel those words escape your lips, and it feels like there's a part of you that's not. You think back to like the moment where where Io like switched on to Kara having the book, and Io, you say, "Give it to me."
Mm-hmm.
That flip there, that feeling of power and confidence and being able to say exactly what you mean is a good feeling.
I think knowing that, I'm gonna knock off about two about what I rolled on the die and lean into it. In that case,
Beautiful. Please tell me what happens as you. I'm going to say that is enough to absolutely destroy these things.
Okay.
No questions asked for that. Tell me what that looks like, you leaning in.
I think he's showing kind of like a cold, maybe even almost alien expression. The tentacles are writhing in the wind as he's blowing them away. You just see the reflection of the golden eyes, and he's staring daggers at specifically the one that gave him the malicious grin earlier. And then just slowly you start to see a little evil grin turn up as he kind of turns up the heat. And the fire goes from an orange to a magenta to then kind of a blue as this flame is excruciating to these things.
Beautiful.
And seconds feels like hours to them. And they just burn to cinders.
I love that so much. Yes. Dan, please take a point of inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Amazing. So coming out of this, as we have the figures all seem to dissipate with this intense fire that goes out. Prim, a thought comes to your mind, and I will allow you a possibility to be able to save
The head.
head.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But there's a chance you're going to take that damage.
I'm down to roll that.
You got it. Give me a dexterity saving throw. If it is, I'll say the DC is Io's DC.
Yeah.
But it'll just be a straight save or suck.
21. Let's go.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it so much. From Gwyn's projection with the Dominium, casting the magic missile through it and having that river kind of dissipate into nothing, you see there is a head that is on the ground. As you see Io casting that fire, you just visage comes up, you rush in, grab the head, and are just able to get out of the way as this blast kind of comes up around you, or it comes up behind you. With that, we are now out of initiative. As you all are catching your breath, yeah, please feel free to roleplay in this moment.
I think Gwen would come around the rock a little bit so she can see the others and look for Yori first to make sure he is okay.
Yori's, back to his normal size, and I think, yeah. So he lifts up the mask a little bit and just coughs out some blood, and also he's absolutely covered in blood from kind of kneeling down there and I think he's actually, when you walk towards him, he at first was still about to punch this like mess of just nothingness into the ground some more, and notices you, stops, does that, and then looks up and goes, "Is Talk the Runehill too much?"
It's
You said-
perfect.
Okay.
It's perfect.
Are you
Sounds
okay?
like the name of a legend.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah. I mean, I've been through this a lot, but I didn't have to ask for help this time because I have all of you. Talk. I'll tell you about him someday. He's the character I used to use when I told stories to the Ildiotin about the Feywild. He's the character
Love
that
to
went
hear
in. I'll tell you sometime. Right now, though, I think I think about 4 of my ribs are broken.
I think we need to rest.
Oh,
Or at least
I have a
seem we need
potion.
to rest.
And I'm gonna drink a potion.
Nice.
Hey, Alistair, Gwyn, this might interest you, and she'll kind of lift the head up, and it was the closest thing I had. I just it was the closest round thing I had was a 3D printed gum fruit. And she'll kind of bring the head over to them and just kind of, they were yelling at this before. Sounded like they were upset for some reason. I'm not sure if it's magical or not, but seemed to be that they were letting out some of their frustrations on it.
Is it a skull, Joe? Is that what you said earlier?
It is not.
Or...
It is, I would say, go ahead and roll me. Right now it's covered in blood, so I think, quick prestidigitation would be able to handle that. We'll say, as I'm explaining it, feel free for anyone to roll whatever they would like on this. You see the figure of what looks to be a head of an elven creature. You can see very sharp, angular features. You see its hair is bright green, and you see it kind of hanging low down the ground past its neck. You see its expression in a space of just solemn acceptance.
I rolled
a-
history.
Yeah, that's what I rolled too, is history.
Cool. Yeah, what did both you guys get?
I got a dirty 20.
I had 28.
Yeah.
And as they're doing this, Kara's gonna walk up and put a hand on it, and I rolled an insight. For 30.
Okay.
Why is everyone so interested in a head?
I don't know. They just
You'll
really
understand
wanted
one
it.
day.
That's confusing.
He has the book.
He does. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll handle cars in a second.
Mhm.
Anything anybody else wants to roll? 28 is great, just for the record. for Gwen and Alistair, what would it be if it was a nature check?
24.
17.
24 and 17. Okay, great. Cool. So, Gwen, handling the history check from your side. Looking at this figure, you get the look, the facial sort of features of obviously some sort of elven. You see the angular sort of look almost gives you like high elf sort of vibes, except that you recognize where you are, which is the feywild. There is a very good chance that this is that everything here that is even resembling races of what you see back home are going to have more extreme features. Looking at Bulu with their kind of like more extended limbs, you get like a history check is interesting because I think it's going to probably just say. It's probably going to piggyback off of what Alistair collects with the 24. So I think, Alistair, if you say this out loud, this helps with Gwen's history check here. Alistair, with your, we'll say nature check on this. You see the looks of this creature. Everything about it says elven, except for the hair. And we don't have a lot of these in Imea. Never really had to really bring them up at all. So I think in terms of the rarity of these figures, it is a high DC. But looking at the it's almost like it's the same sort of color of like the brightest, like the brightest, like a bright, like healthy grass. You're pretty sure this is an Eladrin. As you say that out loud, Gwen, you know that Eladrins are, any that you see in the material plane are there by mistake. Something happened where they, or they're an ancestor of, someone that got here by mistake. They're supposed to be in the Feywild. So I think with the history check, you get the idea that this is either of someone that is of significant importance on why this red cap decided to keep this token, or it's a warrior. Kara, I'm going to have some fun here and say that your response to what you're doing is going to take about 30 seconds.
Okay.
So giving a chance for anybody to say or do anything here.
Yeah, I think Yori is still very much just sitting, recovering. I think he wouldn't really be saying a whole lot at this point, unless engaged with. So, but he's kind of staring at everyone, staring at ahead, a little bit, confused. I did want to ask, again, does he recognize what that is?
I think you give me the yes or no to that, and then I can handle it from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Eladrin are seasonal. I think specifically if it's a winter Eladrin, he would recognize it. If not, then he's kind of, it's familiar, but he doesn't, to him, I think it just looks kind of, elvish, and also fey-ish, but he doesn't recognize the individual features of like, oh, that's this kind of thing. It's just like, oh yeah, that's like a fey kind of elf thing.
Yeah, so I think as you look at this creature, you see like fey. And I think like there's so many fey creatures, like even Bulu kind of shares these like sort of extended like features. So you see fey. The fact that their skin tone, which is like a lighter skin tone, seems to kind of match yours, is no different than if it was like a fairy or a pixie or something else.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. That's all.
Kara.
Mm-hmm.
There's an interesting thing that happens that with your actually I'd like you to mention this. What did Kara use this feature for before they met the party? What was their main goal for this? Or what was their main like use of this in natural in Eriscar?
Well, I think growing up she used it to steal a lot, but when she got to Eriscar and got settled in working with Brooke, she used it to find things. I think more often than not, Brooke would come to her when there was like a missing kid or a missing person, because Kara just was like had this weird innate ability to find people because she never explained it to Brooke. So she would get like an item from whoever's missing and use it to find whoever went missing.
As you say that, well, I think because there's been things that have kind of shifted over time of the idea of like emotional sort of significance and changes from that, it's been a long time since you've actually felt the use being similar to the idea of something that someone has lost. What you get from this figure is not feelings that it's once had or anything like that. It is passed on from this realm. But you do get, just like how you're able to get an idea of where things are that people have lost if they touch you, you're also able to get where people are that are missing and wanting and needing this thing. And as you touch this head, you feel not emotion as much as location, which is about 20 feet behind you.
The arch?
Nope. Say like so say if you look in that direction, I'm going to ask for you to give me a deception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in that direction. A pretty good deception. 25.
Yeah. With a 25, you're able to look in that direction, but being able to kind of like hide it is the idea of looking at everybody else. You don't see anything visibly there, but you know someone's there.
Yori?
Yeah, this is a head thing.
Yes. I think she still has her hand on it from Prim, and she just gonna say, "May I?"
You want it? Yeah.
May I?
Sure, here you are.
Yori, can you ask in Sylvan, reveal yourself?
Sure, yeah, that's... Reveal yourself.
Kara, give me an idea of your body language as you're holding this head.
I think she's very... She's non-combative. This feels like, because from what you said, this is not a sensation of like greed or a need, right? Like this is well, I mean, it is a need, but it's not like a greed or a power thing, right? It's
Right.
more of like, it's something that is part of me or that is important to me that's lost. So she's more going into this with the idea of maybe we could make an ally out of this exchange.
You got it. I think in this moment, as you take the head and you try to be as gentle with it as you can feel that sense, that moment of intense but fleeting panic. You almost feel like you hear in your head, "Be careful." And Yori, as you say, "Show yourself," I just realized I don't know if this is going to work, whether you guys are going to see. We'll test it real quick. Let me know if you guys see Bulu. Beautiful. It's not Bulu. You see a figure appear out of thin air. The head that you're holding is a male elf, though it's almost hard to tell with how beautiful the features are. But the figure that comes out from the ether you see is very, very pretty. The bright green hair extending well past their shoulders, and you notice their clothes look to be made of leathers and leaves. You don't see any sort of like specific inflection of regality or anything there, but you just see someone who is elven and who is you can see just has like red marks running down their faces. Can I have him, please?
You said, "Can I have him, please?"
I was gonna ask what language they said it in.
It's Sylvan.
Okay. I'm gonna say in Elven. Bulu's gonna freak out again. What happened here?
She looks at you, hearing the elven phrasing. You can see a look of recognition. You see actually she kind of like another kind of tear kind of comes down in that recognition of that sentence.
And I think her inflection is in recognition too, because it's like Carter, and there's an empathy between these two women, I think.
She just stares into your eyes and just says, "Revenge." And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week. Get your way all the way to their willy-nilly without me telling a story?
Absolutely not.
Whimsy.
Tragedy.
Whimsy!
Whimsy. We do not see her picture though, if you were putting it up.
God
Yeah,
damn
there
it.
was no
I don't
picture.
know what's going on with that.
Yeah, me too.
It was Bulu
So
the whole
weird.
time.
It was Bulu. It
Bulu
was
just
Bulu all
transforms
along.
into this beautiful woman.
How funny. How, like, I would be so, like, heartbroken isn't the right word. But if it was Bulu that revealed themselves and you guys had no reaction and I didn't, like, okay, all right.
I think Bulu did it.
I thought that was
Like
cool.
Bulu set me up. Bulu set us up. Oh, it's bad.
Guys, that wasn't cool. Okay, I gotta step up. Okay, I heard. I hear it. Okay, got it.
Bulu is perfect and innocent and has done nothing wrong ever.
Bulu has done nothing wrong because he hides himself by putting his face covered in
Like
leaves.
a
The
2-year-old.
world goes
I
away.
think they're still live.
Oh, hi
Oh,
guys.
Sorry.
Can't see them.
All right, bye now.